the fabulous 8-Bit Bros program. You can check them out here on Ironic Radio Network. 8-Bit Bros. That's number 8. Then bit. Then bros. One word. I strongly encourage you to stay tuned for that. And if you want, they also have a Facebook page and a much better live show. Anyway, 8-Bit Bros, 8 p.m. Ironic Radio Network.
It's 8 o'clock, and you know what that means.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the 8-Bit Bros.
Tom, do you hear that voice?
Oh, yeah, I'm back again. Wren is back. This is not a kid-friendly show, adult language, adult content. We have a great show planned for you, a little CES talk, a little banter about whatever we choose.
New game.
Oh, yeah, we got a new game. The name of the game is
Whatchamacallit.
What you Whatchamacallit?
Yeah, 8-Bit Whatchamacallit.
Sounds like something from Wisconsin, but hey, whatever. We'll get into that later in the show. Do the right thing, people. Put your kids in the closet.
About that time for another 8-Bit Bros show. Welcome to another fun-filled fact debacle. We'd like to call the 8-Bit Bros show. Center box is here, and center box gets a square. Right in the middle.
What up, people?
To the left, that's me over there, web boy. Up 846 miles south. The one and only Something Loud. No J7 tonight. It's Thursday. You know how that works. She's here on Tuesdays. It's always nice to have her back. We said that already.
Did you give her the what for and the who's the what?
Yeah, there was a segment dedicated to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got her fucking
flogging.
Where with fuck all or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
You gave her a flogging?
First off, to start the show, I want to make a shout out. Tough one for me. Let's say happy birthday to Madikins195. My oldest turned 18 today.
Yep, your life is over.
I'm right there behind you, bro.
Yeah,
7 months.
Yeah, you got a couple more months to go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Exactly 7 months from today, I will be going, wow.
Yeah. 18 years old. Happy birthday, kiddo. I love you. You know the deal.
All right, well, I'm going to give a shout out to
Go ahead.
A little bit of an RIP. Just saw it come across the news feed right before the show.
Check from him.
To 5th Ward Webby out of New Orleans passed away today. That is 5th Ward Webby, not our resident Webby that we have here on the show, but 5th Ward Webby out of New Orleans. Also, I guess that goes in conjunction with what I meant by somebody who needs to be drinking a lot on Tuesday was you had New Orleans and New England in the Super Bowl. And that is not happening.
No, it's not,
I forgot all about that.
I didn't. When I typed that was the only thing I meant by that.
I remembered it Sunday. when all of football was all said and done, I was like, oh snap, bitch is gonna be drinking a lot.
Oh.
You had it not even winning this round, winning the next round, and going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's like drinks to be had on all of that. I was gonna let you go ahead and get started on Tuesday.
Well, yeah,
We talked about it at
yeah.
the liquor store tonight. They did not have my tequila,
What up, Joe? Both Joes.
nor was I going to give them, no offense to our local watering hole where we like to pick up our 6-packs, because they do their best effort to get us different beers.
Doing a long trail. And
We're having a beer that we've never had, Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew out of Ohio. Haven't cracked mine yet.
It's a very good IPA. It doesn't have Citra in it.
IPA,
I can't edit our post anymore.
Taka, and
Zaka?
I didn't hit all of the cross postings.
okay.
And now you can't edit them.
No. God forbid we be able to do that. God forbid.
So anyway, we did make the old college effort
Yeah.
to get what we needed to start making amends for our mistakes.
We had already checked out, and it was like, oh shit, we need bottles.
And then
So,
they didn't have my tequila, and I'm not buying Cuervo. Sorry,
So-
I'm bougie like that.
Tuesday, we will start
Ugh.
paying up.
Ugh.
We'll start.
Well, yeah, because like I said, I knew at the moment that when Sunday was over, I was like, oh shit. I was like, man, we might want to let Webb just go ahead and get started, because this is lots. There's drinks for decisions that were made that.
I'm just gonna have a bucket right here.
Yeah.
If I have to throw up, I'll make sure I stay in camera frame.
You'll get us thrown
Step
off
up.
the air. It's against TOS.
On who? Which
Everybody.
which platform?
All of them.
All
will,
of them.
Nah, I've seen people throw up on Facebook.
and I'm sure their accounts have paid repercussions for that after that.
Oh, maybe we get banned. We could take a fucking week vacation.
You already did that. It
Took
was
two.
called New Year's and Christmas.
That is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. Okay.
So while we're getting ready to go, so last night I come home.
Well, yeah. I mean, how was your New Year's? You weren't here for that.
I wasn't here. New Year's was great. Went out to dinner. Had a very nice time. Little dinner, little dancing.
Mhm.
A very cool island reggae DJ duo.
Right.
Very cool. Like the guy spun records, and at the same time,
Yeah, where'd you wind up going? Because you
Mr. C's down in
okay, right.
Deal / Elberon / Allenhurst.
Right. That little conglomeration.
Yeah, whatever
where
you want to call it.
all-
Where it
all
depending
three
depending
towns.
on where you were standing in the
Right,
street,
yeah.
depended on what town
table
you were
sat at.
Right.
Yeah. It's one of those. Yeah.
Really cool place. Actually, looks like a place I wouldn't mind checking out in the summer,
No. Okay.
like a swing by, spend an afternoon type deal.
Right.
Great time. We did that. This past Tuesday, I was not here because Lola Soul won us some tickets to a Rutgers Penn State basketball game
Yeah.
at Rutgers, and the only two college teams I really have any stake in anything anywhere
Go
is
St.
Rutgers and Penn State. Grew up a St. John's fan,
Yeah.
but now since I moved to this area, it's kind of like Rutgers.
well, that's like
And I lived in Pennsylvania for 10 years, and I kind of had an affinity for Penn State at the time. You're in Pennsylvania.
Like, look, I was a Detroit Red Wings hockey fan my entire life. Moved to Jersey and immediately started following the Devils. I won't say I'm a fan of them, but I have followed them since
You're
2001.
treading on a subject that I'd
I'm-
really not want to go down
I'm
because
just saying.
my household is no bueno.
Well, yeah,
Because you know who I am.
But you're Penguins,
No.
Flyers.
Yeah, and she's
Probably a fucking stupid Ranger fan.
she is a Ranger fan. So
Yeah.
you just think about how that conversation looks when you
Well-
want to talk about hockey. Okay?
Well, just think, we got two friends out right now shopping.
And
Okay.
one's a Ranger fan and one's a Devil fan.
Right. So you got
Yeah, but see,
IDK
you
and
got
Kehoe
that.
and-
Yeah, but see, that's like a friendly little rivalry.
The
It's
quest-
not New York versus Philly,
Oh,
where
yeah.
Philly fans like to beat up New York fans
the bigger
at cheesesteak lines.
The bigger question here is they're in the car with Sirius. Do you think they know how to put the game on?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
God forbid we touch
So anyway,
any
go
of
to
those
the go to
buttons
the
on
basketball
steering
game.
wheel.
It was a cool experience. I'd never been to Rutgers campus. Never mind a basketball game in their arena.
They
It
got
was
a nice arena there.
that arena was very nice. It
Well,
was
it's like,
very
what,
cool.
12,000 or something like that?
It was sold out.
Yeah, well,
it
always.
was
It's
packed.
Rutgers. Yeah, it's Rutgers. It's always sold out.
Well,
Even
I
football.
think this year, in basketball, I don't know, but this year they're third in their conference in the Pac-10 or the Big Ten. Big Ten, third in their conference, and they actually have a shot at getting ranked this week because Penn State was ranked 20,
Yes.
and they beat Penn State by like 13 points.
Yes.
And they're for real, and they might actually, for the first time, I believe, don't quote me on it, but 1970 something was the last time they had an invitation to the NCAA tournament.
Well, they got a hard road coming up, okay?
Oh, God, I'm on the other end of that conversation right now. We're about to be my team's in a situation where we're probably since 1970. It's gonna be the first time we don't make the tournament.
Yeah. And
Well, hold on. There's 17. Okay. Rutgers is 12-3, or they were 12-3. I believe they played tonight. So depending on how that goes, so that's 15 games out of a 32 game schedule. A lot of shit can still happen. There's a half a season left.
Yeah, and they only play three more ranked teams, and one of them just happens to be Penn State again.
In like 2 weeks.
February.
Oh, February.
February 28th. They got to play. They got to play Maryland, who's ranked 12th. That'll be a tough game. I think they got to face Purdue twice, also, which really isn't that big of a deal because Purdue's. I mean, they're an okay team. They're not great. They do face Michigan and Maryland.
They're all conference games.
Yeah, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio, all those teams are ranked, and Penn State. So they got.
Well, see, here's the crazy thing is,
they're staring at
Rutgers
a
is
couple of
third.
losses.
I believe Michigan State is first. I believe
Michigan State is first. Rutgers now sits second. Believe it or not.
Rutgers now sits second.
Yeah.
And as of right now, Rutgers is not ranked.
No.
But they're second in their conference, the Big Ten, over the likes of Michigan,
Maryland,
Penn Ohio State, Penn
Purdue.
State, Purdue. Like, think of all these teams that you're like filling out your bracket every year. You know these names.
I know most of those names as football teams.
Even in the NCAA tournament, in your bracket, you've got a Purdue, you've got an Ohio State.
You've got a Purdue, you've got a Michigan.
State.
Ohio State's not a basketball kind of normality of tournament. Like, you find them more high-ranking football.
The funny part
Oh,
is
who was that game? Monday, or is that game this coming Monday? National championship.
Clemson, Bama.
It's not Bama.
Bama's not in anything.
No, it's Clemson.
The game already happened. It's supposed to happen New Year's Day.
No, it's Clemson versus LSU.
Yeah,
Oh.
LSU. That's it.
Right.
It's next Monday.
In the dome, right? Because there's massive problems with parking and all that shit. Here's what's funny is Rutgers in the Big Ten, but there's like 12 or 14 teams in that division.
There's 14 teams.
Yeah, it's the Big Ten.
I was talking.
Everything got restructured.
Yeah, they moved all the good teams.
here's
out.
It was 2 years. It was 2 years ago. It got restructured to make a football conferences and basketball conferences, and Notre Dame ended up in the NCAA everywhere except for football, where they're non-conference. And
they're in the same non-conference as Army is, because Army is non-conference.
None of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Harvard, all that they're not allowed to be ranked.
But here's the crazy thing. And so my coworker and I were sitting there talking yesterday when I was in the office. She's like, "Oh, how was the game?" I was like, "Oh, it was great," so on and so forth. And she went to Michigan. So Rutgers and Michigan are in the same conference.
Right.
So then we're sitting there and we're talking about all the other conferences. And you go look at the Big East. You have Creighton.
Yeah.
Do you know where Creighton is?
Yeah, no.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Omaha.
Yeah.
Okay, how is that the East?
No, because they
Now go look at the Big Atlantic or the Atlantic 10 or whatever.
Big Sky.
No, Atlantic.
Yeah.
You got Kentucky.
Atlantic 10 or the Atlantic Coast?
Atlantic Coast.
Atlantic Coast. Duke, Florida State, Virginia, Boston College, Louisiana, Virginia Tech,
Louisiana.
North Carolina State, Pittsburgh, Georgia Tech, UNC, Miami, Florida, Syracuse, Clemson, Wake Forest, Notre
Wake
Dame.
Forest, Kentucky.
Notre Dame.
That's what they were trying to make these super conferences now.
Yeah. They fucked it all up.
Now go look at the other Atlantic one.
Atlantic 10.
Atlantic 10.
Atlantic 10. VCU, Dayton,
Ohio.
St. Bonaventure, Richmond. I can't even pronounce this one. Dusquequiny.
Yeah, but think about how sickening it was when we had Mid-Atlantic and
In
Who?
Duquesne.
No, that's not Duquesne. D-U-Q-U. That's where I get fucked up.
Duquesne.
D-U-Q-U-E-N-E-S-N-E. That's not, no.
Duquesne.
No, there's too many silent shits in that for that to be Duquesne. There's no K.
Duquesne.
There's no K.
No,
There's no K.
D-E-Q.
Yeah.
Duquesne.
St. Louis, UMass, Rhode Island, LaSalle, GW, Davidson, George Mason. He's a nice guy. Fordham, and St. Joseph's. It's a useless conference. It's useless.
See, I think when they did all this, they tried to make it so they could get the schools that they wanted
Yes.
into the tournaments.
Yeah. Yes.
well, they restructured. Like I said, it was purely to make certain conferences impossibly hard
Yeah.
in certain sports.
all about D1 schools, period.
Yes.
These are all D1 schools.
Well, yes, they're D1 schools, but not as far.
Where's Lehigh?
I mean, I don't know where.
Oh, wait,
Lehigh-
Next
that's
to Crichton.
No.
Lehigh's probably in the Big South. Maybe the Big West. I mean, the Big Ten is just fucking. They don't even get a bid in anywhere. I mean, if they're lucky, they do maybe. But
Big Ten gets
what, you
multiple
gonna get
bids.
Michigan State, Maryland. Well, Maryland.
Michigan State, Maryland, both been in there.
Rutgers ain't making it. Nebraska.
If Rutgers
Yeah.
takes this, do you think the only way
Yeah.
Rutgers gets in is if they win the tourney?
They'll find a reason to put like fucking Cal Polytech in over Rutgers. I mean, look, the ratings and all that shit in college blows. It's too many fucking teams to figure it out. I've been saying this shit for years.
And
It's
it
like-
doesn't matter whether it's basketball and the way that tournament's structured or whether it's football and the way their shit's structured. Like, there's
Right.
so much stuff to sort that you're never going to... Everybody's like, well, does it actually claim a national champion? No, probably not.
No, there's no way to figure that out because in football it's 144 fucking teams, and in basketball it's probably just the same. I mean, the American East is the MAC West and the MAC East. They had to break that conference up into two separate conferences, classified under the same conference.
Well, isn't it the whole thing?
Look at what Atlantic Coast Conference looks like broke down.
Okay. Here you got the American Athletic Conference, the AAC. Okay, then you got the Atlantic 10. Then you got the Atlantic Coast. Then you got the ASUN. Liberty, North Alabama, Jacksonville, NJIT. Like NJIT?
It's a D1 school?
New Jersey Institute of
Technology.
Technology has a basketball team. That's as funny as fucking Harvard.
Do they
Yeah.
wear pocket protectors? Is
Probably.
that like their logo?
Yeah. You got the Big 12, you got the Big East, you got the Big Sky. I don't know where.
Big Sky is Montana,
Oh,
Idaho.
In
That's
a
a dark
big
number.
country dream,
Hey,
stay with me.
the Big South, the Big 10, the Big West. I mean, there's a lot of bigs going on here. Where's the Biggie Conference? Can we get like fucking all of like a Compton and let's get the Biggie Conference. Colonial Athletic, Conference USA, Horizon, Ivy League, Metro Atlantic Athletic Division, Mid-America, Mid-Eastern. Let's not forget Missouri Valley. Can't forget that one now. Anybody even fucking heard of that before? Mountain West, Northeast, Ohio Valley, Pac-12, the Patriot League. Patriot League.
Because everybody needs one of those.
That's where Navy's at. That's the Patriot League. Southeastern
Wouldn't that be like Army, Navy?
Army.
Wouldn't they all be? If that's if we're
Army is in the same league as
Army's in the Patriot League. It's the Colgate, American, Navy, Bucknell, Boston U, Lehigh, Loyola, MD,
Loyola, Maryland.
Holy Cross, Lafayette, and Army.
But
A year ago they had no conference affiliation.
there are certain teams out of their organization, like if they're anything like Notre Dame. Notre Dame's got the big TV football contract,
Yeah,
and that's why they're non-conference in football only.
But Patriot League is not ranked. Can't be ranked.
Right.
Army, Navy, and Air can't be ranked. Then you got, I mean, it goes on and on. Southeastern, Southern. How about we need another South just to make it more interesting? How about Southland?
Oh, good. At least fucking
Oh,
Syracuse is
okay.
sucking his back. No wonder I haven't heard from fucking Conan about anything about how shitty Carolina's been doing. Syracuse is right there with us in the damn ranks.
Yeah.
We're both sucking it up this year.
Who's in Southland?
Yeah.
Nicholas,
Inquiring minds want to know.
Nicholas State?
Who?
Yeah. Nichols? Nicholls, Nichols State? Yeah. How about Sam Who?
Who?
Yeah, Sam Who.
What?
Wait, I know Sam, but who?
SAMSOU. It's got to be Houston.
Sam Sue?
Sam Houston. SFA. ACU. Central AR. Arkansas. North. I don't know. And what's NW State? Where the fuck is that?
Northwestern?
Is that Northwestern in the Southland?
Yeah, sure.
In the
Hey,
Southland
man,
Conference?
Creighton is in the Big East, and they're in Omaha, Nebraska,
Texas
okay?
A&M-CC.
County College.
Oh, it's not even Texas A&M. It's County College. Lamar, HBU. SCLA, Southeastern Louisiana. McNeese State, New Orleans, and
Where's Tulane?
what the fuck?
Isn't that another
Word.
South team?
Then you've got the Southwestern Athletic Conference. That's where
Arizona.
That's where Graham. No, Arizona's not in there. No, not at all. Why would you think that?
Because Arizona's in the Southwest? I don't know.
Grambling State, Arkansas Pine Bluff,
That's not in the Southwest.
Prairie View,
That's
Alcorn
maybe. That
State.
sounds like Utah.
Texas Southern, Alabama A&M,
That's
Jackson
not-
State,
No.
MS Valley,
Mississippi Valley.
the ASU Hornets, and Southern U. These are
Arizona State
Yeah.
University.
We've got the Summit League, the Sun Belt, the West Coast, which I'm sure.
Now, question: are you still in basketball? Are you looking this is specifically basketball? Because see, when I was talking about the ACC and how our shit's broken up, in basketball we're a solid conference, ACC. In football, though, we're not a solid conference. We have an Atlantic division and a coastal division.
Wait, time out. You are nowhere near a solid conference in the ACC. The American Athletic Conference.
No.
How is that?
No,
Houston,
the
eight?
Atlantic Coastal, or what is it? The Atlantic Coast Conference is ACC, and that is all of the teams in the ACC. And then in football, we're broken into two. It's the ACC Division Atlantic and ACC Division Coastal in football.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we would.
That's why I was like, are you talking basketball? Because some of these breakdowns are different according to what sport you're playing.
Basketball is where we were talking. ACC is Duke, Florida State, Louisville, Virginia, Boston College, NC State, Pittsburgh, Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, Notre Dame, Miami, Wake Forest, North Carolina, Syracuse, Clemson.
Yeah, now they're broke down. Atlantic is Clemson, Louisville, Wake Forest, Boston College, Florida State, Syracuse, NC State. Coastal is Virginia, Virginia Tech, Pitt, Carolina, Miami, Duke, and Georgia Tech.
That's football, right?
That is the football.
Right, which doesn't really...
It breaks it down even further conference-wise.
Fucked up. It's fucked up. There's too many teams that are vying for a national championship.
That has four fucking spots in football, though. That's what I'm saying. That's the nutty part, is you've got all these teams looking for 4 spots. That makes no sense.
That's where I kind of like the whole basketball March Madness. I think it works out better than
Yeah, but
football.
see, you'll never get rid of, because the precedent was set so long ago with
1963.
the whole bowl season.
Yep.
December to January or December to January, yeah, where you had the bowl season, and they're like, we could make an NCAA's going cha-ching. Remember the Blockbuster Bowl?
Sure.
And now you got like the Beef Jerky Tavern Bowl.
Dude,
and
we've got the Thump signed up to have his name on this bowl.
Oh yeah. You can make a sponsorship,
exactly.
sure.
the 8-Bit Bro Bowl. You
Yeah,
got the
there's just
bowl.
there's so many bowls during bowl season now.
So the other night we were talking and we were bullshitting about crap, and I didn't bring it with me tonight because I got to find it. I thought I had it readily
Oh yeah,
available.
you were supposed to.
So-
You're supposed to bring it Tuesday, I thought.
Oh, that's Tuesday, yeah. So I'm not bringing that. But what I did find, you ready for this? And I brought it specifically tonight to show you. Hollywood.
Oh, the Hollywood video card.
The only place you could go and rent porn.
Oh, no, you're wrong, because you could rent porn at this one. Thump, you ready? You could rent porn at this one, too.
Oh wow, you still got your. I got a Blockbuster card too.
Got my Blockbuster card right here.
The
and
amount of shit you carry around in your wallet
No,
just for
No,
the
he
sake.
just found this in a
This-
drawer that he was
yeah.
looking for something else.
and it's got my phone number on it, and I don't even remember this phone number.
Can I see that number?
Oh, I'll just say it on air. Maybe, yeah. Hey, you can see it. Go ahead. I don't even remember that phone number. I do not remember that phone number at all.
That was the phone number of your apartment
Nope.
in Staten Island.
Was it?
Yep.
Lol.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because I just went through your contact card recently and changed your address, which had
208.
that phone number, and it had your cell phone number, and it had the Jackson House number, and
Right.
it had your Parlin number,
Which is
and it had your Check Avenue address,
Yeah.
and it had your Jackson Olivia Way address. Yeah, but I didn't have
those are the same
your
numbers.
Route 9 address.
Oh, that's the fucking
I
number.
believe that's the number for your apartment.
I don't ever remember having a 966 exchange at all. 718-966.
Can we call it? Do we have credits?
520. Right.
We may have just a little bit of credit, but we're not doing that.
Oh,
Your question is, can we dial out? We don't. We know we can't take fucking calls in.
I'm sure.
Well,
we can.
tonight we don't know because Louis hasn't called.
917-720-3038.
Yeah, if anybody wants to actually try and help us with this.
Yeah, I tried to chide him on the beginning of the show with Mom Pulley. I was like, yo, bro, just drop it in the chat, man. Just drop it in the chat.
917-720-3038. That's the number to call if you want to speak to Tom Gully.
He had no comments, nothing going on in his show. I was like, just drop it in the chat, bro.
Wait,
Right.
you mean he's finally drove all of his loyalists out?
Well, we were watching through Good Talk Radio.
Oh, well, Good Talk probably has 0 following.
He was talking about people in his chat room, so I'm sure that's on his personal.
Yeah, well, that's where he's always gained his most traction.
Yeah. And hey, you know what?
So
We got
anyway,
about-
all in all, to
Yeah.
wrap up that conversation,
Another
the
brick
ball
in the
game
wall?
was great. Ball game was a good time. I haven't been to a basketball game in probably 15 years.
I'm supposed to go with Gary.
Do it.
We're going.
Do it.
I don't know if I can make it on the date.
Actually, the last college game
you
I
wanna
went
go?
to.
Why don't
was
you go in
15
my
years.
place?
Sure.
January 29th.
What?
We'll see.
That's the problem. It's Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's a beautiful arena, bro.
Yeah, but
It's
when
easy to get to, too.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
drive.
No. Take the train to Newark,
Yeah.
take the path to
Oh, the path.
Oculus, hop on the F train, and it drops you right there.
The path. I didn't think of that.
Take the path to the Oculus, walk across the. You don't even have to go outside.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. How's this beer?
It's good. It's bitter.
Oh, that is bitter. Oh, that is good.
It's a good IPA, but it is
That is
on the
good.
bitter side. College ball is exciting. I've never actually been to an arena with a D1 team like that, and it was a good time. I mean, college fans are rabid. I'd love to go to. I'd love to go to like.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to go to a Rutgers football game.
You Thump.
I've never been to like outside of my own college I went to, D3 school, where it's a small,
Yeah.
nobody cares. They're there to get drunk, and that's about it.
I mean,
I've
he's-
never gone to a football game.
Yeah, I did.
College
I did-
football
I
game
did
when
Rutgers
it's a giant
once.
stadium.
I did
I'd love
Rutgers
to do
once.
that. I would love
Thump,
to do
you're
that.
down in a college town. Have you ever caught any games down there? College basketball and/or football, or
Or all of the above? Yes,
Well,
I've been
yeah.
to Tar Heel games. I've been to lacrosse games. I've been to football games. Both. I was a color guard at a Wake Forest game once. I also did color guard for. I was a rifle guy.
okay. I respect that. That's cool as shit. That's on field. That's doing your fucking. I mean, I was.
I've done that for A&T for the homecoming parade. I did it for the Carolina Tar Heels at football,
Yeah.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, the last time I was color guard was like fucking
Wake Forest.
4th grade, 5th grade, or some shit like that, and I got to carry the rifle. Of course, it was a fake rifle, but I did that, and I got to do the flag thing, and never did anything after that.
That was in high school was where all of mine was done. Like I was ROTC diehard and was part of the elite drill squad. Traveled with them as one of their rifle team members. So I used to flip the shit out of a rifle, dude. I'd throw that thing all over the place, up in the air, behind my back, fucking stomp it on the ground, like all kinds of. I used to be crazy with that shit.
Did I ever tell you guys? Did I ever tell you guys the story of what happened at my kid's high school? So we all Maximus, been on the show. Maximus goes to school one day, and Max is in the marching band, and they had a big event that day, and they all had to come in uniform.
Is this with the Grenadiers or is this?
Not the pipe band. This was a year ago, so he was with the Grenadiers, and it was whole pipe troop and the whole drum line,
right,
and the color guard. Somebody called the cops.
Oh yeah,
for a
assault
weapon on campus.
Yep,
because one of the kids had his fake. Looked like a hunk of wood rifle, and the way he was carrying it, because he was carrying his uniform and all of his other shit, his bag and all his other clothes, it looked like he was carrying an assault rifle through campus. Cops were called, the whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah. I believe it. Ours were white.
Yeah, his were white.
Yeah,
but,
ours were white and black. Were the rifles that we carried with what we called the chrome dome. All of our helmets had a chrome cover. So anytime we went anywhere, we were just like that too. It'd be your boots, because we didn't wear shoes when you're drill. You wear your boots, paratrooping boots. We were Air Force ROTC, so we got paratrooping boots. But it was those with your ascot, because you wouldn't put none of that stuff on until you got to a venue. So you'd have a rifle, you'd have a chrome dome, you'd have boots, you'd have ascot, you'd have all this shit that you'd have to carry in your hands. You could be in full uniform and still not have this shit on.
It was enough for me to get the bug to go check out a football game.
Oh yeah, man.
College football games are excellent. I've only been to 2 in my life.
I don't know if I'd very much be like that particular. Like, I got to go watch Penn State play Rutgers.
Look, it's hard to get tickets,
think I would go to any game.
It's very hard to get tickets because they want the school crowd there. So
well, that's
I don't doubt that.
80% of the crowd is school.
Think about this one. When it comes to like Carolina and Duke and Wake Forest, any of their sports, they never want the visiting team out-of-state ticket purchasers. You have to be a former student. They don't mind if you're part of their organization in one way, shape, or form, from what age to what age. They want you in the house for their home games. And, Conan's Syracuse, like, he's a New York guy the whole way with his sports. Yeah. Except for the Atlanta Braves, which still strikes me as funny.
Not the Mets, not the Yankees, not
Braves are
Boston.
No. He said because he said Turner Broadcast Television was what was on, and that was what he got to see was Atlanta.
Either or.
And that's how he became a fan. But he says that you got to pull some pretty crazy shit, because they got a whole Syracuse group that tries to get into all the basketball games, all the lacrosse games, all the fucking whatever they're playing. He's got a group of Syracuse guys that are from the area down here, and that's what they do. They go to these fucking games, and they said tickets is a bitch to get sometimes.
Well, the one bonus I'm going to have is Lola's daughter currently has a full ride to Rutgers.
Okay,
Oh, well,
so
you'll get in there.
if you
It might not. It's not this year because she's the same year as your kid, Max.
you want to go to
and
SJU game?
I'd love to go to St. John's game.
I'll basketball.
Sure.
I'll
I grew up a St. John's
okay,
fan. Chris Mullins.
I will talk to the people
I'll go to a SJU
and
game.
see what kind of tickets I can get.
I don't give a shit where it, dude. We
No, it
had
don't matter. That's what I'm
we
saying.
had we had 200 level.
All I'm saying,
I had the view of literally right in front of the net.
Yeah.
On the one side, unfortunately, the seat Lola chose was she stared at the backboard and could not see the far corner of the court.
I got to see a game in the same arena that Jordan played in prior to them building the new place for Dean. And I've seen one there too. I've seen a game there as well. That place is crazy getting in and out of that place now, though. But down here, we got iconic.
Get out. It took me literally 25 minutes to get in.
This beer's brewed in Canada.
Nice.
Yeah, it took me 25 minutes to get into the parking lot. I walked from the gods. It had to be like a half-mile walk.
From
Then
Mount
getting
Olympus.
out, we literally, like, with 2 minutes left in the game, walked around, hit the head before everyone else hit the head. Finished. There was literally like 10, 15 seconds left on the game. We booked it back to the car and still sat in an hour. It took an hour to get home.
I'll talk to my old man, or maybe three family members of mine have all graduated from SJU, so I'm sure getting tickets is not going to be an issue.
I
I'll
don't care.
I'll just tell my old man, instead of making your donation that you make to the schools that you graduated from, because he still makes donations to like the high school he went to, just get fucking season tickets. There's your donation. Get season tickets.
I really don't care. I had a great time. It was
I'll tell him to make. I mean, you
it
can't
was
get season
very
tickets now,
very
but-
cool to go to a sporting event, and maybe this is where I'm coming from. It was very cool to go to a sporting event and watching people play for pride and not play or not play
Well, this is the last
because
year.
of the amount of money that they were earning.
This is the
Like, it's
last year.
We all know my biggest consternation and my biggest problem with NBA and most pro sports, but I generally take my angst out on the NBA
Yeah.
is
NBA sucks.
you're all a bunch of crybabies, even though you're making more money than any of us are ever going to see in our lives
Doesn't make more money than the three of us fucking have in our
5
bank accounts.
years.
Period.
ever.
Yeah.
Ever
Yeah.
in one contract.
But you got to remember, in college basketball, that's over. Because that's the new rules being set on the table is, okay, you can go make money, you can go get sponsorships now. So next year, that's over.
I thought that was only put through by California, and the NCAA is like, fucking hold your own dick, motherfuckers. We'll cut you out of this.
That's on the table.
I don't think-
I don't see that happening right now.
On the table.
You know-
Yeah, it's on the table, just like, so is the candle. But
I'm waiting for the day and time that pro sports comes to realize that you're just a body and we only have you for X amount of time. You're not worth that kind of money.
They're starting to realize that, and they're
Like all these lifetime contracts, Ryan Zimmerman and
where's
Harper, and
I don't see that
Judge-
happening.
it's gonna happen at some point in time.
But I don't see that happening for a while right now, especially considering the fact that news coming out of the Midwest and the Northwest right now is that bodies are so valuable to every organization. Taco Bell has decided that they're going to start paying at these select venues in the Northwest and the Midwest $100,000 a year to a store manager.
Nice segue, because I wanted to bring that up. That is that, and I don't really think that's all that ludicrous.
It's not
In
that
North-
ludicrous, but
in
what
the
it
Northwest?
counts towards though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
think about it. Okay, it's not that ludicrous, but think about the geographical area that you brought that up in, where the cost of living
The
is
Northwest and Midwest.
nominal. You move to the Midwest, we're sitting here before and we're talking about rents and what it costs for an apartment and buying a condo and the cost of buying versus renting. You and I have had this conversation. We've all had these conversations. Now you go to the Midwest and the Northwest, outside of Seattle, Portland, your major, I don't want to say meccas, but for the Northwest, your major meccas where cost of living is almost comparable to some of the geographical areas in the Northeast. Not as insane, but for that area, insane nonetheless. And you have people making $100,000 when they're living in a 3-bedroom condo with a garage and 2 off-street parking spots on their property for $650 a month.
You can get a 1 to 3.
Think about that, $650 a month, and we're all living where we're living. I'm sure your cost of living is costing you more than $650 a month. If you had a rent, you may own.
No. My rent when I was renting was $650 a month for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home with driveway, and I think it was sitting on like not quite an acre.
What do you think that's worth now? Because you haven't lived there in God knows how long.
Since
easy
2013.
All right, so that's 6 years. So in 6 years' time, do you figure that piece of property is now pushing $1,200?
For the people who are possibly renting it now? No.
Yeah.
In no way, shape, or form do I think. If anything, it might be up to like $750, $800.
That's just ludicrous to me. That is borderline insane.
No, Webb will tell you exactly what I told him the other day. I had to pay my tax bill.
Fuck
yeah,
you.
and this is where you'll say the same thing as soon as I tell you this. My annual property tax,
$2,000.
No.
Dude, to pay it the day it would be due. Okay, because you get the discount if you pay in August, right?
$750.
And then $904 the day.
All right, so my mother
annual
who in 3 years in 2 years time now.
That was up $8. That was up $8 from last year.
Yeah. My mother, who will be 80 years old in 2 years' time. Granted, she has just shy of a half acre of land.
I'm just over.
Just shy of a half acre of land.
I think they said we're at 0.74 of an acre.
My mother, in the town she lives in, and has lived in this town since 1970. They moved there when my sister was 1, is paying at this point in time upwards of $21,000 a year in taxes. Property taxes. Property taxes. And we can't get marijuana passed in this state, which would drop everybody's taxes. Because apparently paying property tax is way more important than making weed legal. And judging by the crickets I hear, nobody has anything to say about that.
That's
you
wild.
live in this state, bro.
I found the doctor finally, so.
I know, you dumbed it out last Tuesday.
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to find the property tax on this.
It's tens of thousands of dollars.
That's funny.
You find the cheapest county of paying property tax in.
None of these Google images are of my house.
Either Essex, Camden, or...
Okay.
Either Essex, Camden, maybe Middlesex.
I found it. The Jackson House.
Okay.
I found it. They did put an extension on the house after I sold it. They moved the old man in so he could die in the house.
Oh, mother-daughter.
And the house was, if you remember, the toxic green room we painted. Remember the toxic green room?
The playroom?
No, which was supposed to be her office. We painted it toxic green and had to repaint it. Anyway, inside the wall was set up for a doorway. It was all framed out to put an extension on the house. That's exactly what they did. They took the plans for the house and said, okay, dead. Anyway, so the house is now 4,125 square feet versus the 3,800 it was when I sold it. It's 5 bedrooms, 4 bath. When I had it, it was 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, right? Yeah, the 1, 2, 3, 2.5 bath. Okay. When I sold that house, which is funny with the numbers that are here because they're not right, but the real estate tax on that house right now, house is valued at $578,000. When I built and bought that house, the first year I was there, 2007, it's $4,600 real estate tax. When I sold it, it was $10,000. It's now up to $12,229.
Woohoo!
Can I text you an address and you look that up without diming out the address?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's easy to do. I'm over here on Zillow.com. Absolutely. But I mean, look, I mean, so you compare. I mean, you know what your real estate taxes is. That's what my real estate taxes would be right now if I still had that house. $582,000 is what it's worth, allegedly. Good luck getting that.
That's Jackson.
And that's Jackson, New Jersey. That's like
Central South Jersey.
40 miles from where I currently live, south in the sticks.
I am so mad right now.
That he had to pay $8 more this year.
No, dude, because of what all has been done to the house and the lot and everything else since we've been here, I'm like $200 more than every other house around me a year.
That's it. That's still, it's only $200.
Yeah, but when everything else is like $647 and
Is it the address?
$638.
That's where
New Prague?
That's where my mother is, yeah.
New Prague, okay. Because you sent me.
Well, that's technically the area that it's
it's
called.
not. I don't think it's listed
Okay,
that way.
then go New Providence.
Okay, yeah, that's where it came up. I got the same road. You can rent that house for $4,500 a month.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
It's not for rent.
Well, I'm saying that's what the rent value is.
Okay.
$4,500 a month. $720 is the estimate on the house. At one point it was worth $806.
At one point they had an offer for 1.2.
Overview, fun facts. Okay. In 1981, the house was sold
It's when my parents bought it.
for $162,000.
Yep.
Yeah. At that point in time, it was worth $59 a square foot. Property tax for 2019, and the tax assessment is way fucking low. Way fucking low. Tax assessment
Is this an estimation?
No. This
Or is this legit?
This is pretty legit, yeah. The tax assessment on that property that I just said was worth what? 8 and change? The tax assessment is at $362,000. So that's a land value.
House is also
The property taxes for that land value, $16,318.
Woo!
Yeah, it hasn't gone up. Last year was the same. The year before that, it went up $300. Yeah.
still 16 grand for a woman who's going to be almost 80.
Yeah, it's neutral value. You're right. 720 is what I said, right? 720 grand is what that property's worth, which is comparable to the neighborhood.
I just hate when I'm looking at like the one next door to me.
Yeah, Zillow, man, you get great information on Zillow if you ever fucking just want to know what your house or what your next door neighbor's house was.
All right. Yeah, the one next door to me. Property tax on that one, 480. No, 438.
Who lived in that house before your parents?
Friends of family.
Yeah. The house was built in 1964.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they lived in it from 64 up until they sold it.
Yeah, last time we sold was 1981. That's a small house. It's only 2,700 square feet.
Only.
Yeah, they said the one next door was built in 1953, but mine was built in...
For single female.
Also 1953.
Just saying, it's a smaller house.
What do they have it listed bedroom-wise?
5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. That's got to be tiny, tiny bedrooms.
Wait a second. Mine, my sister's, my mother's, my father's, the den. There's
Probably
4 bedrooms?
5. 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths.
Great room, mom,
2,733 square feet.
Sister, den, 5. And you said
4.5 bath.
There's master bath, upstairs hallway bath.
Fucking thing sitting on less than a half an acre.
Less than a half an acre, yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
0.47.
Yeah. $16,000 in Texas.
Yeah, 16 grand.
That's insanity.
That's point where I was at.
Let's see. Can we see more tax history? Okay, yeah. Okay, here you go. You want to... I can go back.
Yeah, I like how messed up the phone numbers are here.
Yeah. All right, so Zillow's got the tax assessment on the land. Price of land hasn't gone up at all. It's $362.6 thousand since 2001. Last tax assessment that was done was 2007. Property taxes were $12,700. 2009, 13.3. 2010, 13.9, and every year it escalated there. 14.5, 15.0, 15.3, 15.8, 16.2, 16.5. Then it went down in 2017. Got a break.
16.4.
It went down to no. It went down 400 and some bucks. 16,
oh, that's actually a pretty decent break.
Yeah. 16.0.
Not at $16,000. It's not.
That's just.
I mean, $400 is still a big chunk, though.
Fuck
not
yeah.
at $16,000. It's not.
No, it's chump change, but it's still a big chunk. It's still a big.
It's
chunk.
like, oh, this pack of cigarettes cost you $8.50. Next week it's costing you $7.75. I saved 75 cents.
Home values in that town have fallen 2.2% over the last.
Because I think
months.
it's the age of the homes that are there. The average age of those homes in that neighborhood, outside of my mom's one neighbor directly to, if you're like standing outside the front
Your house
door,
is worth more.
to the left.
That house is worth more than the neighborhood. The average mean.
I think it's got to be the plot of land and location.
The average medium home comparison, the address you gave me, the home you're talking about, is valued at 16.7% higher than everyone else in the neighborhood. So the average price of a home in that neighborhood is $617,795, and the house we're talking about is almost $720.
Yeah, and see, that's kind of what I was saying about my neighborhood, how what we've done to this house has made my house more than every other house around it, too.
The only problem that I foresee...
But when it comes to buying that house, they're going to go, well, everything else around you
it don't matter.
Is worthless.
I think the biggest problem here with this house is the fact that probably nothing's been done to it in 20 years.
No. Re-sided, re-roofed.
Inside still look like 1960?
Nope.
I don't remember. I haven't been there in...
Inside has...
I haven't been there in, 14 years?
There is one...
Years?
The only room that my parents never did anything with was the family room, the one when you walk in off the garage.
Yeah.
That room is still wood paneled, but it was painted. So it looks just like every other room in the house. It's just not sheetrock.
All right.
But the floor was redone. It's terracotta tile throughout. The kitchen was updated. My dad's dead 12 years ago. All the bedrooms are still the same. Carpeting, wall-to-wall carpeting throughout. Gas fireplace.
Where is Jones Drive in comparison to...
No idea.
Yo, guess what I found today?
All right, why don't we jump the break?
I gotta pee.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, same here.
I want to talk some CES and play a game. And
I found Elegant Writers.
Oh,
Oh, you're gonna learn calligraphy, or you already know how to do calligraphy.
Yeah, I already know how to do calligraphy. I took it.
My mother was a calligraphy master. She tried to
Yeah.
teach me. I didn't have the patience for it.
I took it back in school, and you definitely need to have the patience
Need-
for it.
Patience for calligraphy. I just didn't have the patience.
slow riding.
All right, 8-Bit Bros.
Oh, I got
Coming back, we'll do a little bit of CES talk of all the shit that came out this year that none of us will ever see.
Yeah, we'll hit a couple lists.
And after that, we're going to play Whatchamacallit.
8-bit. Whatchamacallit.
It's as much fun to say as it is to play, is the slogan on the box cover.
Yay!
All right, we'll be back right after this.
1 through 8.
6.
Okay. I can do that. 8-Bit Bros. Late edition. Late edition. We're over here surfing shit, looking at photos. Sorry.
Reminiscing of the 18 years ago.
Yeah, it's so fucking...
So crazy, bro. Who would have thought 18 years ago, and we're sitting here now, and our kids are going to be 18.
I mean, we've known each other that long.
We've known each other longer.
Well, longer, but I mean, you know, you were around for
2000 we met?
something like that.
Yeah. 20 years.
Fucking just crazy. These kids, crazy. 18. Fuck. Ah. Anyway. We had CES this week.
Wipe your eyes, bro.
Yeah, I know. We
You big sap.
we had CES.
Dying and crying inside.
You know, it's been a long road.
So
man.
so where are we
18
going with this?
fucking
We
years.
going best tech? We going best gadgets? We going
Well, okay. Well,
Best
I got a best new tech list, which is an editor's choice from PM.
I got Time Magazine, the 25 best products of CES 2020.
all right. So pick a category. Wearables, phones, laptops. Where you want to go?
Well, one of the things on this list,
Wanna
and
go
we might as well
company?
just throw it out there, is the Samsung Bali.
Okay.
Know anything about the Samsung Bali?
Where's my Samsung list? I just had a Samsung. Samsung. No. Talk to me about the Bali. What's the Bali?
It's a ball.
Right.
The
little-
coolest product Samsung showed off: the Bali, the Neon, and lots of TVs.
It's a combination of a smart home device and a robotic companion.
The robots were again a big thing at CES, but we're still nowhere.
It's going to be robotics is going to be until it's not.
Yeah. Well,
And it's not when it's commonplace in the home.
we'll talk much more deeper into that when J7's here on Tuesday, because that shows up in the list of things you would have
The
expected
20 for 20.
by 20 for 20 or
The one
20.
I wanted to bring it up Tuesday, but unfortunately I wasn't here.
we held it off. We tried, but then we pulled it back.
Yeah, we went Destiny instead.
Yeah. Well, a little bit. Yeah, we did a little bit. The Samsung thing, the Bali, the ball. I want to say this flat out: the biggest thing I was more impressed with at a Samsung, besides the TV that you pretty much just glue to a wall now. 20.
Wait, which one of theirs? The wall TV?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
didn't LG do that last year?
Yeah, but
because there's the wall. They've got the wall TV. They've got the frame TV, and they have the bezel-free 8K.
The bezel-free 8K, that's only 22 now. Oh, no, that was LG who did that. I'm sorry. It was LG. The biggest thing out of Samsung that I thought was cool as fuck was most of their family hub devices, which now includes refrigerators and all that. Now, if you remember...
Bixby?
Bixby's still got a long way to go. It's gotten better because I have Bixby on 2 devices now. It's not bad. I mean, when it comes to AI assistance,
Oh yeah, I like
Google
this.
got
Samsung Whisk.
Samsung Whisk is cool. Their whole family hub, where they're now integrating all of their products together as one unified product across the AI, is just killer. No one's really doing that. I mean, Google's got it. Yeah, you still can't talk to your Nest. That's coming, I'm sure. The new features of AI's powered devices is getting way better, but Samsung stepped it up. I mean,
With neons?
well, it goes back. Like, I had one of these way back, 2003, 2004. I had a Samsung refrigerator where you could, take the milk out, and I'm going to have coffee. Touch the screen, scan the milk, and it knew, oh, he's going to take a fucking ounce of milk out. My kids are having breakfast, so I'm making 2 bowls of cereal and scan the milk and put it back in the fridge, and then all of a sudden my fridge would be like, oh, you might want to go to the store and get milk and eggs because you only got 2 eggs left, but now it's powered across all devices, so it doesn't matter. Like, you could be the stay-at-home dad with the kids while the wife's working, cooking and doing whatever the fuck, and all of a sudden she gets the grocery list because she's got the Samsung phone and it knows that she's not in the house.
And more convenient for her to stop and pick up
On your way home,
what
this
would be
is
needed.
what the fridge needs. Cool as fuck. Now, like I said, I had this technology back in 2006, 2007.
All this would do is start fights in your current house.
Well, no shit. But, dude, this makes life a lot fucking easier now that it's spread across the devices.
The only thing that makes it difficult, and I think the one flaw in any kind of this type of smart home
Right.
application, is you're still relying on the human.
Always.
So
But
you're relying.
cooking. We don't have a robot to do that yet.
But you're relying on the person going, I'm opening the fridge, I'm taking out the quart of milk.
No. According to what this article is saying here, when it comes to the Family Hub refrigerator that uses Samsung Whisk, it has AI that's built in. It auto scans what's in your fridge. And apparently has weight sensors so it can tell how much of whatever is in on the shelves. So if you take your milk out and put your milk back in, it sees the milk came out and went back in, and it measures the shelf density to see whether or not how much you took out of that container that you removed.
Right. Same thing with the little shelves for your sodas or beers.
Okay.
It knows that there's only 3 beers left.
Okay, so
Or 3.
This pulls the human element out of it and gives you an AI that manages that.
To a certain extent, of anything that is a packaged goods you buy in a store that is scannable.
Well, you're talking about
does
your
not.
vegetables and shit like that.
It does, exactly. You have vegetables.
Yeah.
You have someone like me who meal
Cold
preps.
cuts.
No, who meal preps on a Sunday.
Right.
And I will make up a bunch of Pyrex dishes. Now, unless I'm going to go to my Whisk computer or go to a computer or a console or something and go, I made 5 packages of meals or 6 packages of meals, 3 for me, 3 for the lady. And when...
Do you know that this can't recognize a made meal in a package? Do you know that Samsung Whisk cannot recognize a meal prep package in your refrigerator?
But you're talking about something in Pyrex in a glass dish that has no barcode on it.
It doesn't. I never said that this thing scanned barcodes. That involves you passing a barcode past a computer. It scans what's in the fridge.
Because it's the internet and everybody knows what fucking Brussels sprouts look like.
Yeah, there's an image of it out there. My Google Lens on my phone can look at anything and go, "Oh, that's this."
Yeah.
Would you like to find a place to buy some of that?
It scans the contents of your refrigerator.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about scanning barcodes. I'm talking about literally scanning weight densities and everything else.
I honestly,
wait,
hold on. Me personally,
Yeah.
I would need to see this work in my application of life in order for me personally to buy into it.
Okay.
Right, but right now there's no definitive thing saying that it wouldn't at this point. So you're basing it off the fact that it doesn't.
But there's also nothing telling me that it would. It's telling me I can identify milk, whether it's by the shape of a container, because all milk comes in the same shape.
From a camera located located in the fridge to scan what kind of food you have and what kind of recipes you can make with it.
Here's my question for you, Wren. Where do you keep your milk in the fridge? It's always in the same fucking spot.
Nope.
Yeah, it's always in the same spot. The
Nope.
milk is always on the left or the right of the first shelf, period.
Nope.
Always.
Nope.
Then there's no way. You're not going to tell me you put it on the bottom.
My shit moves around based upon where there's room.
Actually, mine moves around based on how much beer the girls got in the fridge, because mine's usually the half gallon.
Yeah.
And it can be on the shelf, right where you're saying, on the left side of the shelf, if she hasn't filled that shelf already. If so, it makes its way to the bottom right shelf in the door, generally. So that's a completely different area of the refrigerator. But like I said, what they're saying here is it's scanning
I need to see it in real life.
Physical. It's scanning a physical property, not a barcode.
What I thought was more impressive with the power of the AI that everybody's doing. I mean, LG is doing this also.
I mean, if you can tell me the difference between chicken and fucking liver.
You can come home from work, right?
I'm talking about a meal prep container that has rice and vegetables. Maybe you roasted a bunch of vegetables and you got chicken in it, and it's a glass.
Yeah, but that would be okay. Hold on. First off, let's talk about. Hold on. I'm gonna really tell you where all of your idea goes completely awry here. At some point, you document your meals, right?
Human element.
Yeah, okay, but that means that these dishes that are getting put into the fridge, the AI goes, "Oh, he must have done meal prep today."
Yeah.
I wonder what his meal prep list looks like this week. And you've taken care of just that part. It knows what's in all of those containers every time you put those containers back in. And that is if you're that serious about it. If not, like it's saying, it can tell you you've got chicken in here, you got some broccoli in here, you got some rice in here. If you'd like to make chicken and rice with the broccoli, we can. Yeah, you can make that for dinner. That was what I was saying.
Trying to get to, yeah.
I'm down on all that. I'm down on it going, hey, you don't know what to cook tonight? Here's a list of
meal
things
prep for you.
Hey, do you have these spices? You could make this.
Caller. If you're listening currently, I did answer your phone call. You have been shuffled through Skype as it normally does. Sorry. It is not that we don't want you to be involved. That's the reason why we got the number on the screen so big across the bottom. We would love to be able to talk to all of y'all, but
open up Skype and call the 8-bit bros.
Yeah,
we'll answer your call.
Hit us up or ironic
ironic
radio. Hit us up.
Any of
Skype
us can have a Skype
can't
call.
Call the number, but it can meal prep for you also. It can. The TV can. The refrigerator can go. Oh, like Tom said. Oh, you got chicken. You got broccoli. You got rice.
Yeah, that's why I was wanting to make sure that to get you to understand this point of what they're saying. Their Family Hub refrigerator uses this Samsung Whisk, which is a food platform and AI image recognition.
Yep.
That takes what you have there. It physically sees it with a camera and goes, "Oh, that's this," just like a Google Lens works.
Yep.
And it can determine based on what you have, what you can make. If you're in a hurry, when you get home, you're like, "Fuck, I'm late. The kids need dinner, blah, blah, blah." It will look and be like, "Well, you can make this real quick."
Yep. Now, not to be outdone, LG showed off their new refrigerator, which does everything the Samsung does.
Plus.
And food, does all that shit. But they took it a step further and said, ice cubes, crushed ice, ISO 2010. This one makes ice balls.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the one that makes the spear ice, isn't it?
Which, not for anything.
Anybody who drinks hard liquor, approve.
You know what? It's perfect for iced tea. It's perfect for soda. I mean, I agree with the idea that
it's weird how mathematics hasn't solved this question way before now about the fact that ice should have always been round anyway.
Yeah, and look, surface area. When you go to the refrigerator and you go to the freezer and I'm gonna get a soda, I want my ice.
256. I'm not ignoring you. Swear.
Whether it's crushed 256, that's Alabama. Whether it's crushed ice or cubed, you still putting like 8 ice cubes in there and they melt quickly.
See, you're not a hard alcohol drinker. You on occasion.
Oh, I drink with the ice ball. My parents have all.
No. You're not you're not like me where I'll make like a vodka club or some might make a rum and coke or something along those lines.
Rum and Dr. Pepper. I'm a Dr. Pepper guy.
Okay, rum and Dr. Pepper. Okay, when you go to your refrigerator and you make that rum and Dr. Pepper and
bourbon and Dr. Pepper.
Right. You grab that pint glass.
You're filling the motherfucker with ice. Well, depends.
Hold on. Everybody has a method on how they make their mixed drink. When I go to a freezer and I grab the ice tray out and I got my pint glass and I know I'm making a vodka and club, I grab 6 ice cubes.
Right. Okay.
Oh, see, for me, when I'm going in and I'm grabbing my rocks glass,
I'm talking a
Oh,
pint.
yeah,
yeah,
Make-
but see, I don't make a pint drink. I make a rocks glass.
That's 2 or 3 cubes max.
I 2 whiskey stone.
Stones. He's got the stones.
Yeah, I
so
do 2 whiskey stones and pour over top. That is my drink.
My
But I
whiskey.
also have a 20-sided die that for my big cups, when I make larger drinks, I have a 20-sided die cube that I have ready made in the fridge.
I have 2 footballs.
Yeah, see, I've got the dice.
Now, the other thing I liked about the LG over the Samsung, on the face of the refrigerator is the touchscreen, which just happens to be a 22-inch screen.
So what's
Yeah,
wrong with the one that Samsung's got?
Well, nothing. I'm not saying there is anything wrong.
Well, you
with it.
said what you liked about the two was this LG having this screen, and I'm looking at one right here on the Samsung. So I'm trying to figure out where the difference is.
I'll get there. You can surf the web on both of them. You can watch YouTube. You can do all that. But the LG has a little button that makes the screen transparent, and you can see into the refrigerator without physically opening the door, which we all know. Open and close, open and close, open and close.
There's a 50 Cent meme right now going around the internet. You know the rapper 50 Cent.
Yeah, fitty.
That is of him leaned in looking, and then him looking around the corner. And they're like, because you always try to see whether the light went off when you closed the fridge.
Yep.
And that's a big 50 Cent meme going on right now. But it stems off of this shit too. It's like this is why that even exists right now.
I dig the idea that the touchscreen on it can go transparent, so you can physically see into the refrigerator without opening it. Oh, we got any? Is there any beer left in there? Instead of opening the fucking door, just press a button and boom, you can see into the fridge.
Okay,
I like
so wow, it not for anything. Their fridge, the LG and the Samsung fridge are pretty much identical.
Pretty much identical. The only drawback from the LG, I think there's less cubic space in the bottom drawer freezer than there is on the Samsung. And I think that's because of the addition of that top drawer that LG puts in there.
Well, LG has 2 options. They have the 3-door,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
has the drawer and the 2 tops, and
Double
they
door.
have the 4-door.
Yeah.
Let me put this into a reality speak here.
Yes.
We're 3 dudes.
Right.
We're all technophiles.
Yes.
What is the odds
Yeah.
that any one of us would buy into this tech now?
Yeah.
As opposed to, let's call it 3 years from now. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caveat.
Yeah.
Samsung Whisk has been around
For
since
about,
2017.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
They've just dropped in AI into it in the later parts of 2018, and it's actually starting to come to surface now, 2020, late 2019, 2020.
Right.
LG, same story. A refrigerator is something you go out and you buy once. You hope, if you're a homeowner, once you hope, every 15 to 20 years.
Yeah, $1,600.
You hope to get 10 years out of a television. Any other appliance you're hoping to get 15 to 20 years out of. Now, here's the one caveat.
Right.
How we all know, being technophiles and computer geeks and all that, and consoles and name it,
Right.
your computer, your computer that you're gaming on, that you built a year and a half ago, your shelf life is another year and a half before you're going to need to start upgrading stuff. Maybe 2 years. Maybe you might be able to squeak 2 years out of it to get that performance you're looking for. Because
no, because performance increases have been so small.
Right.
When it really comes down to it, like you can have a 5-year-old computer
and still be able to do things.
There's really only like one change that may need to be made in it.
Like MacBook Air that runs this show audio-wise, that I guarantee you I could still throw Steam on it, and I could still audio and video. I could still throw Steam on it, and I could still play Minecraft. It might not.
No, Minecraft is going to be the one game you probably couldn't play.
Okay,
Maybe
whatever.
not anymore. Yeah.
But I mean, this computer is 2013, and we're in 2019, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
still
easily.
doing
All right.
great.
So the
right?
caveat of what we're
So the
talking
caveat
about
is,
with TV or
it's a smart
refrigerator.
device.
Right.
You know, these companies want you to buy their shit. The phone. Every 2 years, they want you to buy a new phone.
Yeah, 2 to 3. Yeah.
You're coming up on a year. You know you got another year before you're like, I want the newer phone.
Oh, I'm buying the 11 or the 20.
Okay, so you got a year out of that phone that you pay top dollar for, $1,200 for.
Yeah, I'll trade it in for 8. I'm good.
Okay, but you're gonna buy a new phone.
Yeah.
You waited 2 years. You bought a new phone.
Cost me
What are you gonna do
$400.
with a refrigerator?
Nothing. It sits in the house until it blows up.
Right.
And when it blows up, you call the repairman.
But here's the problem.
because you bought
It's
insurance
software. And we all know that you get a certain amount of life cycle out of software.
Right.
So your refrigerator that you're banking on 10 to 15 years for, 15 years is what you really want out of it.
on it.
In 7 years, it could be like, yeah, it can't handle the new operating system or the new AI
Nope,
or the
nope,
new
nope,
whatever.
nope. Because
Go ahead.
Windows 7, Windows had to retract what they had said before, and even Windows 7 is getting security updates for the people who are still using it.
Yeah, but anybody-
Technology under a certain user base will only be forced out in certain situations, and hackers can make everything happen. There's a dude in your town, a Webby in your town that will fix your fucking fridge.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, at some point in time, unless you're going to be able to pull that module out and replace it, it's going to be obsolete.
As far as the Windows 7 comment, that's being forced out.
I know
that's
that's being forced out.
I mean, you turn on any Windows 7 computer right now, and if you have not hit that do not remind me, you get a fucking massive warning that pops up that says, this operating system is dead.
And that you're at a major security risk because you're still running it.
Do something about it. To go back to Wren's question and point was, who would buy into this?
Well, I'm going to be buying into it hopefully this year.
Whether it be now or 3 years from now, from a techno geek standpoint, I'm not including this conversation. I already bought into this 10 fucking years ago. Maybe.
Yeah, but you don't currently own it. So
No, I don't. But for 7 years, I did. And
yeah, but the question is are you in the market to do it again?
I would if I owned the place I was in right now and wasn't paying for my appliances, I would buy one of these motherfuckers right now.
See, my problem is...
See, I own my house, and our fridge, we're at a point where this one's not dead, but we're ready and want new.
Okay,
So we go
you're
LG
ready
or
and-
Samsung.
No, but hold on.
Probably LG, because the rest of our ecosystem inside the house mostly is LG.
Okay.
But you're ready and you want, and that's perfectly understandable.
Yeah,
okay?
but that's the only
if-
caveat. That's the only caveat that matters in that moment is I happen to be in a place where I'm ready for new tech,
But hold on.
and here's new tech for me to purchase.
Here's my caveat to it.
yeah,
though.
yeah. That's
You
a
can
lot
go
of caveats.
drop $1,400 on
Yeah.
a smart
14 to
refrigerator.
1600, yeah.
$1,400 to $1,600.
Yep.
Or you could get
Oh,
a
this one's
refrigerator that is the
$2,500.
exact same thing without the AI or the intelligence for maybe $1,000.
Yeah.
And you don't have that any kind of
Man.
software law
I-
playing against you.
I look at it this
It's just like buying a car. I own a 2013 car. I don't have any of the smart tech in it. You have a 2015 car. You want to update your GPS? What do you got to do? Put a DVD in,
No, I got you. I don't need no.
or a smart
I
drive,
don't have
or
any of that.
something.
I'm ready to. I bought a 2015 with no tech in it.
No tech.
I'm ready to rip the head unit out, but I can't.
Okay.
I can't
So-
because I have the upgraded premium sound system, and none of my amps will work with an upgraded head unit.
So there you go. So now you have the technology. My point is, the technology is going. We're getting to a point where AI is going to go leaps and bounds.
Yes.
At some point in time, within the life cycle of owning this appliance,
Yep.
you're not going to be able to upgrade it anymore. We live in a disposable society. They want you to go and buy new as often as possible. A refrigerator, a television, a stove, an oven, a car. These are things that are non-disposable to most people.
Right.
And I classify us as most people. We speak for the people when it comes to tech.
I am
We play with a lot of future tech too.
I am telling
Dude.
you
Go ahead, Tom.
that I am aware that there is $1,000 to $1,500 less expensive option that does not have all of this in it, but because I am the tech guy that I am,
right,
since I am in the market, will be buying something that has this technology involved in it because it's what I do.
And it's a smart move. Trust me.
And I'm not trying to.
Well, no, that was your question. No. What you asked was, what are the chances of us doing this?
Okay,
I am in the market. I am going to do it. The chances are 100%. Webb, if he was in the market and things were different in his environment, he also would pay up and do it.
Okay, follow up. 7 years from now, your refrigerator is no longer able to accept updates because it can't handle it.
This is a hypothetical situation that dealing with technology I am normally prepared for.
That won't happen.
Why?
Because of, 7 years. All right, I'm running a TV that's 3 years old, and I was able to upgrade it to the latest and greatest operating system. I have a tablet in my drawer at home. My LG upstairs is running WebOS 3 point whatever. I have a tablet in my drawer that 7 years old, dead at Honeycomb. He's got the same tablet in a drawer.
RT.
Right.
The Transformer.
He's got the same one somewhere. It's dead in a drawer somewhere.
I have an iPad 4 that's dead.
That's right.
I live in an Apple ecosystem, and I don't have a horse in this race.
Right.
My question is what happened?
Well, no, that's the horse. That is the horse. You like the tech.
It's smart things.
But if I were going see, I'm going to be a lifelong renter.
It's smart.
I'm not in your situation, which is where my questions are coming from. You own a home. You own the equity.
Yes, but we're saying if you're posing this question and you're hearing our answer, why are you trying to deflate that by going, "Oh, well, in 5 years it's gonna be worthless"? All right. So what I want to do is reverse the situation back to you. If you owned your home, would you be purchasing it?
Oh.
That's a very difficult question. Probably not.
Okay. I do know for a fact.
Probably not, for the simple reason of I know what I have in my fridge. I'm a party of 2.
Right, yeah.
It's not like I have a family of 6.
Right, it's not a household.
Or I have, and maybe my brain cycle is different than other people's brain cycle. Like, I buy into tech for tech that I know I'm going to use.
Okay.
I buy into tech like Apple. I buy into the Apple ecosystem. I have 2 HomePods. I'd love to buy a 3rd.
Right.
But I get use out of all that. I want to buy anything and everything I can get that has AirPlay in it or that is HomeKit.
Yeah.
Because I have baked myself into Apple HomeKit.
And that's where I'm coming from in this scenario.
They just had a giant.
Yeah,
really?
that's where I'm coming from in my scenario is the fact that
just open sourced it.
A refrigerator in my household, even with just the 2 of us, that handled a lot of that tracking would be good for us. We would thoroughly enjoy it as a household for the 2 of us. It would be something that would help go, all right, well, let's figure out what we're going to do for dinner.
I would be totally down for that if it were smart enough to know your milk's going to go bad. Like, that's where I'm at.
It probably could.
I hope it would, because my hang up is my girlfriend is not a technophile like I am.
Right.
Oh, mine neither.
Yeah, neither. Honestly enough, neither is mine.
But my girlfriend to the point now has gotten on board because I
Q's way more smarter than the 2 we got. Trust me.
I rigged, yeah, but see, I rigged my entire household.
I don't know. I
But
just
you
showed her
can't
how
walk
to get a textbook today. So
I've rigged my household that you can't walk into a household and flip a switch that's going to fuck any of my shit up.
Right.
You need to talk to Siri if you want to turn the lights on. And my girlfriend now walks into the house,
that up 10 times.
and I have it set up that either her or I come to the house, and if it's nighttime, the first thing that happens is the lights in the living room come on automatically.
Right.
Soon as it senses you're anywhere in the area, lights come on. But to get into like a smart appliance, and the premise of my question really came from, new Xbox comes out in 2 years. You're going to go out and buy it. You don't have to.
what do you mean?
No,
New
You're
Xbox?
going to.
I'm going to buy it.
The new refrigerator comes out in 7 years, and it's whiz bang better than the refrigerator you have now.
No, you're not going to buy
Are you going to go out and buy that?
No. That's a major household appliance. There's a difference.
Yeah, that is
Time. You cannot compare the two. That's apples to oranges.
exactly. I think this is where he's got a valid point on. Is
And-
you're talking about it like, oh, it's such a major thing, and then you're also trying to tell me that it's such a whiff in the wind because that's what they want to tell us. It's a whiff in the wind. You can't tell me. You can't tell me the sun comes out, but only on cloudy days, and I'll never see it anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
God,
So a new refrigerator comes out in 7 years where the AI is so much more fucking intelligent that it not only senses just the weight of the shelf, but it can literally identify everything down to the fact that it identifies your meal prep. And it identifies everything else. Oh, you took all this shit out and you made this?
I think that's all software shit. But I think that's theoretically what you're talking about is all software. No, theoretically, what you're talking about is all software, and software can be updated. A camera is a camera, okay? Robots don't go obsolete until, like, some new crazy type of new robot makes that type of robot obsolete because that robot still got a job in a factory and just gets software updates. Even though they come up with another robot that does another part of what that one's doing, they just take away part of his software capabilities and add this guy is now in your chain.
And I want to make a point on this, and I understand where Wren's going with this.
We have a bunch of comments in
I've
chat room.
No, we created it.
I'm just trying to go like.
Okay. Let me interject on all this. I get where you're going with this because we're all tech guys here, and we're when you're looking at your phones and your laptops and your iPads or your tablets or whatever it is, you get forced into a situation where
it's a disposable society.
It's no good anymore because it's not powerful enough to play Doom fucking 2027 version that's going to come out. This is a refrigerator. We're not sitting down at the refrigerator and trying to play the next fucking Battlefield 12 or Call of Duty 20.
It's only receiving a signal of AI. Yeah, it's only receiving a signal of AI that goes in conjunction with whatever weight sensors are on board and whatever camera is installed inside of the system.
And if you look at your phone, and we all have these now. Now every phone's got all these little tools to show you what's sucking up your processor, what's using your screen. If you look at any of that and you actually dig into it, you'll see that your AI is using 1% of everything on your phone. So we're never going to hit that point where I'm sorry, I can't scan your milk anymore because I'm too stupid. That's never going to happen.
It's not that.
I'm just saying. I'm giving that point. Now,
I'm just trying to think of the things that
to elaborate more on it.
We're not thinking of now that these people that are paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in these think tanks of LG and Samsung and Apple and Microsoft and Google and
But all they did was come up with a smart program. They're still using Stone Age technology of pressure sensors and cameras.
But at some point in time...
Pressure sensors and cameras are going to be outdated?
at some point in time, it's going to be something else. It's my point.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. What you're talking about sounds purely AI is only going to advance with inside the system that is in. It's going to be. It's all cloud server shit anyway. This AI is not even in your house. It just has a tap into your house with that camera and that pressure sensor. It doesn't need to do more and need more processing on your end. You don't need a bigger, better refrigerator to see the food in your refrigerator. You don't need a bigger, better refrigerator to feel what the weight of that is on your. If you buy a refrigerator that's got weight sensors and cameras in it, that's going to handle your job for quite some time. If you buy one that doesn't,
is my brain is such on the other side of the marketing spectrum that it gets to a point that a campaign will come out.
Well, yes, if you tell me my shit don't work anymore, and that's your prerogative as a company to tell me my shit don't work no more, then guess what? Maybe your company's not the company that I choose to buy from when I do purchase my next item.
Yeah, but see, it's not just that. It's they're advancing technology. So we all full well know, we saw it this year with CES, just to give a shade back to CVS, CES here. We all own 4K TVs. I own 4.
Yeah.
I just bought my 4th on a fucking El Cheapo deal on Black Friday.
That's right, yeah.
To fit out my entire crib with all TCL 4K TVs. Full well knowing in probably 2 to 3 years' time.
No point.
It's going to be 8K.
No point.
There is no point.
No point.
You and I know that. He knows that.
No point.
Anybody else who has a half a brain watching us knows that.
We're barely getting 4K content now.
You're barely getting 4K, but the fact of the matter is the marketing engine is out there.
Yeah.
So you have Whisk this year that came out and it's got AI built in, and this is something that I mentioned before is 3 years old. Samsung was doing this shit. If you want to call what you had in your house when you built your house and you had your Samsung refrigerator that you scanned the barcode up, made milk.
Still in the house, by the way.
Made milk.
I don't know how.
Used milk.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you scanned it.
Yeah.
That was the predecessor to what we have now.
And
now here we are,
on barcodes,
and nothing for nothing. Where we are now is advanced, but holy shit, I can't even begin to imagine where.
Okay, hold on.
Years now, where this technology
here it is. Here it is. You've already seen it. You're a big fan of it. You've already seen it. You know what the next real big step is. It's called a duplicator. It's in Star Trek. It's what makes everything out of particles.
You just can't get that right yet. That's
right, exactly. You can't get it right yet, but that's the only other next advance that you'd be looking at is to be able to transpond shit to your refrigerator. Be like, oh, I need new bell peppers. And it would be like, here you go, new bell peppers.
The furthest extent of that is the fact that you can, because it's a smart device, it is an internet-attached device.
It's an IoT, an Internet of Things
Internet
device.
of all things, right, Internet of all things. You can hook it up to your accounts, whatever. It's a refrigerator. So what are we talking about? Peapod or ShopRite or whatever.
Walmart, Amazon, whoever you do your shopping from.
Amazon with fucking Whole
Foods,
whoever
yeah.
you do your shopping from.
And what's nice here is you got all your shit in there. It's tracking it all. It's not like it used to be. Like I said, when I had the refrigerator, I had to scan my shit, barcode it, scan it, put it back in the fridge, take it out. Coffee.
Also, what are we saying? 10 years.
So now
you've had a 10. That's what I'm saying though. He had a 10-year gap between that early adaptation that he bought into and where they're really pushing the market.
2003, 2004.
Yeah, but now they're putting fucking money into AI.
What's nice about
to
it though,
advance artificial intelligence and creating processors just to handle this shit.
Like you're a Siri house, so you can't order groceries. That's another thing. But the point here is the refrigerator goes, oh, you're low on all this shit. You want me to just reorder on Peapod? Do you want me to just...
Yeah, do you want me to put your Amazon order in?
Want me to just reorder through Home Goods, through your Alexa that's sitting in the room over there?
And that's great.
Okay. Oh, done.
But see,
Now-
this is that cloud computing aspect of where we really need to look at what we're dealing with.
Oh, you mean
It's
nobody's going to be home till 5:30? I'll make sure the scheduled drop-off is at 5:45.
hardware upgrades are actually a very minimum thing when you talk about AI, because AI is not stored on personal devices.
No, it's cloud-based.
Yeah, AI currently is not a personal device. Oh, I control my own little piece of AI. No, you control access to an AI.
Yeah.
And that doesn't take all that computing power and all those upgrades. It's going to have a better life cycle because that's not run on this end.
Yep.
It's run on their end. They have to worry about upgrading their system.
Device has a neural engine that's handling all those calls. And those neural engines get faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, but that's on the cloud side of it all.
No.
Yeah, it's all on the cloud side of it.
Your
now.
phone has a neural processor.
But 90% of everything I do that's not physically on the phone is cloud-based. And it doesn't matter to me what the fuck Bixby or Siri or Google or Amazon does, because it doesn't affect my phone.
No.
It's only a Wi-Fi or a cellular
Okay, so
connection
why would you go and buy a 10 if you have no need for it?
for the cameras.
Because they did a physical change. There was
Well,
a physical
that.
change that was worthy of upgrade.
We'll talk about that next after we get off the connected devices. And there's a lot more connected devices besides the refrigerator. I mean, there's washing machines.
Yeah, there's washing machines. Yeah, washer dryer units. I like the one that does it all in one machine now.
One fucking machine.
Wash your shit, dry your shit, come get your shit.
Look, I bought into this technology. The only thing I didn't do, and I wanted to, and the technology wasn't, I don't want to say it wasn't available. It wasn't cost effective. Actually, there were two technologies I wanted that weren't cost effective at the time. I wanted to do the electric countertops. And that meant running the diodes and putting the countertop on top of it, and then taking my coffee maker with no fucking plug, putting it down, and brewing a cup of coffee.
Oh man, Tesla technology. It's such a great thing to what we talk about. What was it? The new fucking dock I got for my car.
Yes.
Where
yes. I bought the same one. Yeah. And it's not bad.
You just talk about what that does in itself. You've always known this wire needs to touch this wire for transfer of power.
Now, I will say...
It doesn't matter what case I put on my phone. It doesn't matter how I put my phone in the dock, as long as it sits in there. Yep. If I push the button to say, hey, there's something in front of it, it looks for something in front of it and goes, here you go, transfer of power through air.
Yeah.
Through air.
Yep. Now, I will say that a lot of that technology does or did, I don't know anymore because I sold the house, a lot of that technology that I wanted, I put in that Jackson house. You know, you were there. I spent $45,000 for a kitchen, appliances, the whole nine. Now, there is only one section of that countertop in that house directly next to the stove that has a powered countertop. The problem was there was nothing to fucking do with it. Nobody was really making anything.
Nobody made the coffee maker to sit on it.
Right. I mean, there was one. It was fucking $900 for a coffee maker. I'm not spending $900 on a coffee maker.
See, and that's where hardware, that's the only hardware differences we're looking at, though. And that's why I say, with what you're talking about, Wren, on a hardware level, this has pretty much the essentials to go for some time. It's got the bare essentials to go and have a good life cycle for an appliance.
For a lifetime, because you're not going to change
and nothing for nothing.
Air-powered electricity. It can't change.
I'm there. My biggest concern about this entire situation is it's hardware and software. And we're all in a world of hardware and software.
Yeah.
That hardware that drives software has a life cycle. Whether it's your phone, hold on.
You're paying
whether
premium now. You know
whether it's your phone, would you pay $1,000 a phone, bro?
But that's it. It's always going to be like that.
You're paying a phone.
The days of $200 phones
I threw out the Xbox console.
Yeah.
I have an Xbox right now.
I don't
have an Xbox One. Hold on. I don't have an Xbox One, It'll play all the games. It won't give me the frame rate, the refresh, the graphics, any of that shit.
Right.
But I can sit there and game with all of you guys.
Yeah.
Right.
No problem. I don't necessarily need to buy a new console unless I want to buy a new console to have 4K.
Well, I had this conversation yesterday about maybe I don't buy a Series X when it comes out. Maybe because the market of PC console gaming that I'm in,
more gray area.
Maybe I hold out for a year and wait for the next big O from Origin to come out. That is a water-cooled, dual-purpose machine that will give me a PC and an Xbox One. Right now, only a Xbox One S or a PlayStation 4. If I bought it right now, that's what it would give me. But if I wait a year and then they start building these machines on the back of this new console that will be out, then maybe that's my next step, and maybe I don't buy a Series X. Maybe I buy a hybrid machine that does something different.
I can get the best of both worlds.
You know, and so but that's where hardware comes into play for me. It's like, all right, well, I could or couldn't. And now that you're telling me that there's this dual build, maybe I want a dual build.
Yeah.
Well, you're the one person out of anybody I know that it would fit for. You and 8-Bit Joe.
Right.
You're the two guys that play both either a PS4
I want the original. I want the original. The big O they built last year, that's the one I want. Because that's the one you can't get. It has a water-cooled PlayStation 4. It has a water-cooled Xbox One S. And it has a Switch dock that you slide your Switch into the face of it.
It's the best.
It is a gorgeous machine.
I don't even want to say it's the best of both worlds. It's the greatest of all worlds.
Yeah.
But okay, talking this conversation and the excitement that everybody has about it, and we're talking about a gaming platform. Yes, I'm dumbing it down to an appliance.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the appliance is driven by what? It's driven by microchips,
software,
boards, and a processor. Yeah. At some point in time, a processor's life cycle eclipses.
Yeah, I don't argue. I'm not arguing against that at all. But I think with a refrigerator or a washer and dryer, we're in a steady cycle.
No, I think my personal opinion.
Yeah,
and
but you don't even get that out of a heating and air conditioning unit nowadays. I got a 30-year unit sitting outside the house. You don't get a 10-year. You don't even get a 10-year guarantee now.
Yeah, but you're all feeding into my point here is marketing and these tech companies and the age we're just on the cusp of.
Okay, so what do we do? Not buy it? That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
My opinion, I would wait another 3 to 5 years before you buy anything smart.
Okay, so you wait Hold on. So you wait 3 to 5 years to buy in, and say that you waited that long, and in 2 years they drop a new product where I'm still running my 5-year-old product. Am I losing out? Are you losing out?
No, because if I needed a product in that 3 to 5 years, I would buy something stupid cheap to get me by, knowing what my end game is in 3 to 5 years.
You can't predict your end game, because if you're talking about the technological advancements, you can't predict your end game.
Bro, you're looking at someone right now that rents an apartment.
Okay, but that's okay.
Just like you.
Yes, but if I had to buy a fucking refrigerator right now,
I wouldn't buy smart. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would wait another 3 to 5 years.
No, I'm totally.
I would want to see where the advancement. See, my biggest problem,
you're
and maybe
throwing out a refrigerator. I'm not. I'm putting it in a basement. I'm.
Gee, but you're missing my point. My refrigerator in my apartment dies. Okay.
You're throwing it out.
I'm throwing it out. I'm not throwing it out. They're throwing it out. But if I owned my flat,
right?
Okay, I owned my flat, and I'll put it that way. I owned my
crib,
1,000 square foot apartment.
I owned it. Throwing a fridge out.
No, I would take that refrigerator and put it on the balcony.
I don't even think you could do that legally. You can't put a
I own it.
fucking grill out there unless it's electric.
It's electric. It's a
Uh-huh,
refrigerator.
okay.
I can put it out
But you
there. Go
can't put-
fuck
You
yourself.
can't put a fridge outside.
They'd probably
point
declare that it needed to be of a certain size. Or...
It's wet. It's fucked.
My point is, right now, I would go out and buy something that would get me by with full well knowledge, knowing in 3 to 5 years, I'm buying a smart appliance. I want to see what you do, Samsung, Apple, Google,
Right.
Facebook, Microsoft, LG, whoever is going to be in the game at that point.
Okay,
Because
hold
3
on.
to 5 years,
Hold on. Here's
what are you going to drop for me, and what's it going to do? Because I think we're at the very, very beginning, taking AI and dropping it into our appliances.
Well, I'm going to comment on this before anybody else does. I think you're wrong on that, because AI has been involved in appliances for almost 10 years.
In a very, very dumbed
maybe-
down,
it doesn't matter. Did the word
No.
AI not transfer between the two things? AI's been around. Whether it did something different 5 years ago or 10 years ago is not the argument here. It's the fact that AI existed and it's progressed over time. And what has changed that made his old refrigerator that wouldn't work?
the fact you have a camera in the new refrigerator.
So what?
Okay, so a camera.
That's one.
Okay, so I got to scan it. Now it's automatic. I don't have to scan it anymore.
And
That's
who's to
not-
say?
That's not
But
an
who's
upgrade.
this-
That's
but-
not an upgrade. For me, that's not an upgrade.
How is that not an upgrade from you having to pull your milk out and scanning
But
it
I'm-
to
I'm
him?
not- I'm not
To him going, all of a sudden an alert coming up on his fucking phone going, "Yo, bro,
You're almost out of creamer.
you only got a quarter. You only got a quarter of milk left." And he's
But
like,
the
"I didn't have to
point-
scan that
the
fucking
point-
thing.
the
It just
point
told
of
me."
The conversation here is you're not going to run out because that's the new feature to buy a new $1,600 fridge. That is a feature you'll do without, and you'll scan your shit because it still works the same.
Right,
It's
exactly.
a device. I now have to fucking manually scan it, and when I'm at work, my phone goes, "Hi, this is your refrigerator, reminding you you got a little bit of milk left. You should pick some up on the way home." The other cool feature I had in the house, besides the partial electric countertop, which again, there was nothing fucking available, was the oven. Okay? For a meal prepper like this fuck, prep your meals, wake up in the morning. Oh, I take my lunch out because I'm going to work. I got to go to the city today. I take my lunch out. Oh, dinner. Oh, yeah, I prepped that last night. Let me put it in the fucking bowl, cover it with tin foil, stick it in the oven, and tell my oven, I'm going to work. I'm going to be home at fucking 5:30. Have a nice day, render man. Come home at 5:30. Your meal's cooked.
My question
Oh,
comes
there-
into spoilage. My question comes into spoilage at that point. Is there certain shit that you would leave out all day,
Oven kept it cold.
as long as the oven's got the capability to do cold cycle like a
Oven-
refrigerator would? Then this makes
Cold at 45 degrees and
So
gradually brought it back up to temperature in a progression where it wouldn't spoil. And then once it hit like 110, oven goes on. Slow cook whatever you wanted to do, and your meal was done.
okay, I can buy into that tech because that's totally cool and right up my alley, and I'd be totally down with that. My problem is you look at any refrigerator today and you open your refrigerator and what's inside. All four sides are covered in plastic.
Oh, no, all my appliances were stainless steel through and through. If you're buying plastic shit, you're buying crap.
You open your refrigerator,
buying crap.
it's insulated with foam and plastic.
Yeah, my refrigerator is crap. The one in my next refrigerator will be stainless steel through and through. The LGs and Samsungs, all stainless steel through and through.
I don't know about that.
You don't remember that? Next time you're at my parents' house, you open that shit up. It's stainless steel through and through. My brother's house, stainless steel through and through. The Jackson house, stainless steel through and through. We're not talking about a $400, $500 refrigerator. We're talking about $14 to $1,600 refrigerator, oven, dishwasher. Dishwasher.
Well, dishwasher's
Stainless
always
steel
stainless
through and through.
Yes, yes. Even my parents' dishwashers
Yes.
were yes. I understand that.
Yeah.
My a lot of it rolls back to software processing and everything that goes into it.
Has to be stainless steel through and through for the cameras to work properly.
Yeah, but it's everything.
Has to
It's
be.
an appliance.
Yeah, stainless steel through and through. Nothing's made in plastic unless you're buying a fucking Kenmore.
Well, not for anything actually. All the images of this, it's
Plastic.
It's plastic on the interior.
Oh, look up the specs on it. It's not plastic. It's all fucking ceramic coated. All ceramic coated. It's not plastic. I thought the same thing too until you actually go to their spec sheets and look at the spec sheets. It's all ceramic.
Okay, well then that's not stainless if it's ceramic coated.
It's ceramic. Has to be for the cameras to work properly to be able to penetrate what's in
I mean,
there.
it can be various metals if
Yeah.
it's ceramic coated, but it's not stainless because you're
the-
not you can't coat stainless in ceramic.
My
yeah, you can.
biggest
you can.
concern about this
I have
whole
cookware like
idea, my biggest concern about my whole idea of this smart technology is it still goes back to software law.
Valid point. Not discrediting.
And when you're talking 15 years is a
Yeah.
very long time
15. I got a
in
refrigerator.
technology.
When did I have my apartment? 1992.
Technology. I mean, you're owning a fridge for 15 years.
I got a fridge 30.
And
years
these
old.
people, Samsung, LG, and everyone else are coming out with new tech every year.
Yes.
New software every year. And there is nothing saying that these behemoths of technology can't come out and go, well, you're boned because we decided to change our processor or change our software platform and we're not supporting your refrigerator anymore. So your refrigerator that you spent $1,600 on 7 years ago
I don't doubt that.
is now, in our opinion,
Dead in the water.
Yeah,
worth-
but that doesn't matter if you buy it 3 years from now or if you buy it today.
but in 3 years from now, I'm going to have a different opinion of
Possibly.
what's coming out.
Possibly, yes.
I'm going to have a different idea in 3 to 5 years of what they're dropping in 2 years. Because we all know what CES is a 2-year life cycle, unless you're talking a television. Unless you're talking
possibly or possibly a refrigerator or possibly a like these are still appliances. These are household appliances. Like
I don't think when you're talking this kind of
all right, well,
TV
all right.
or-
I'm gonna buy a new refrigerator every 2 years from now on. That's gonna be my thing. I'm gonna do that because Wren says that's my only option.
$4,800.
That's officially now, according to Wren, my only option is that
No, I'm
my
not saying
TV's
that.
not
I'm
my
just-
my,
it
my phone
scares me.
my refrigerator's not going to be supported in 2 years.
No, it just scares me with what these companies do with software, hardware.
Yeah, but you have no control. You have no control over that part. You asked us an honest question that we gave you an honest answer to based on what we know about technology, and all
I'm
you've
giving
done
you
is
an
tell me. All you've done is tell me how marketing will fuck my head.
Well, yeah, well, I agree with you on that. I will agree with him on that one.
But it's the truth.
And
Okay,
again,
but regardless, that means
point.
nothing that we said has any relevance to anything because your marketing argument nullifies anything that we said.
I get your point. I don't.
Truth.
know
All right,
if-
so quit buying eye products because
Well,
your
get
phone,
your
your,
No, 'cause
your
I
phone,
know what I'm
your
getting
phone,
into.
but your phone works from 5 years ago if you'd have just kept it fucking plugged in.
And I did that for 5 years.
No, you bought a new phone every 2 years.
No, I didn't.
Well, you had company.
Hey, wait,
You
wait, wait.
you made
wait.
companies do that for you.
All right, here comes the argument. Oh well, I didn't buy it. My
No.
Yeah,
company
see, that's
paid
not
for
that's
it.
not it. You
He had a Pixel,
you
and he had a fucking iPhone 6, and he had an iPhone 8. Now he's got a fucking 10 or 11,
I'm 11.
and there was a Pixel in there somewhere.
And I'll
so,
have
he-
that for 2 to 3 years.
so you're right, Thump. He had a new phone every 2 fucking years. You're right, because of the Apple ecosystem, where I went for like 3 or 40.
Yeah, but his wasn't even because of the Apple
'Cause you
ecosystem.
had my
His wasn't. No, see,
but I
his
said-
had nothing to do with the Apple ecosystem of things. He could have kept his other phone if it was purely off the ecosystem. He could have kept his older shit that was still supported. His is because of the world that he works in that his
No,
shit was updated on a regular basis.
I'll answer this because I'll mute him right now so he can't talk. He had no choice to buy a new phone because after 2 years, Apple said, "Oh, your battery hasn't died yet? Well, we'll just send a little bleep to your fucking chip on the battery, and now your battery will drain faster, so you have to buy a new phone."
No, I
and
bought
don't
my
tell me
phone.
no because that's a fucking fact of life.
No, I bought my phone this year
Yes.
because I wanted to. I didn't have to.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No,
You were
I
at the
bought
point.
I bought my 11, and you know damn well why I bought my 11. I bought my 11 to get out from under the thumb of anybody.
Well,
else.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Move plans, move shit, get out from
Like
under it.
I did what
Life
I
changes.
did this year
Life changes.
for life changes.
Life changes. I get that. I totally get that. You're right. You
That
didn't
is
have
the
to buy
only.
a
I
phone
didn't
for
have
that.
to do anything, and years before I didn't do anything.
That's true. That is true. I will give him that one. That is true. I'm not going to.
Yes, I'm not telling you to not go out and buy an LG fridge. I'm being a.
It doesn't matter whether you told me not to or to. You asked me my opinion on it, and I told you what my
And I don't
opinion
think
was.
But I don't think your opinion's wrong. I'm just trying to put out there the concept of the day and age we live in with these technology companies. And
yes.
to
If I had a startup company every year introducing a new refrigerator to me, telling me that their refrigerator was better than the one before that I was getting from somebody else, that that now this is no longer supported, I wouldn't have a choice. But that's not the environment that we're talking about when we're talking about these currently.
I'm just concerned.
You're concerned that people like you will get involved and make it so fucking hard to maintain something.
No, my concern is these big conglomerates like the Apples, the Samsungs, the LGs, that they're selling you something today and going into the back room going, we sold 5 million of these fucking things. Oh, these people are so fucked because in 5 years' time, we're not going to support it anymore.
But that's just like a car.
I was going to say Tesla just proved it with the fucking Cybertruck. Buy in for $100. We talked about it when it fucking Cybertruck was first put out. Buy in for $100. Now what do they say? We've got this many million pre-orders, and that packaged their pockets full of money, so they've got the capital to invest into making Cybertrucks, not making 1 million Cybertrucks, but making Cybertrucks.
But when you talk about Tesla and you talk about Samsung, I maybe
Same
it's
technology.
just no. Maybe it's
company
yeah,
building
but
a
hold
car.
on. It's I look at someone like Samsung who has their mitts in everything. Samsung has their mitts in appliances. Samsung has their mitts in telephonography. Samsung has their mitts in televisions. Samsung has their mitts in soundbars and speakers and AI.
All right, what all is Tesla involved in?
Tesla's involved in vehicles, roofing materials, putting people on Mars. Oh wait, that's not Tesla. That's his other company. And
But this is Tesla and boring. All right, flamethrowers.
But he's forgetting the fact that Samsung makes a car.
So does Sony now.
Well, so does Sony now too. But
at the end of the day, it's Samsung. Like, is Samsung anywhere remotely close to being part of FANG?
Question: do you feel the same way about General Electric?
I don't think so. GE's part of that.
Yes, I do, and I feel the same way about Panasonic, and I feel the same way about Sony, and I feel the same way about LG, and I feel the same way about any of these.
Will you go out right? Will you go out right now and buy a Panasonic phone?
No.
Okay, then you don't feel the same way about it.
No, but did you see that fucking OnePlus Concept One that came out?
Yes, I did.
Yes,
that was totally panned for the
Holy
fucking
fuck.
shit
Don't
material they put in it.
don't care. Don't care.
My biggest problem with these,
OnePlus makes
it's
one of the
like,
best
okay,
phones,
Sharp
period.
came out. Sharp had the best, and you even said this, and I
Who?
will quote you.
Yeah,
Sharp,
Yeah, who?
Aqueous TVs,
Aqueous was the best.
the best.
I got a Sharp TV up here as monitor
They
3.
got destroyed by
Sh-
Panasonic.
Sharp Aqueous
Destroyed.
had the best screens.
Yep.
It was the best picture ever.
Yeah, they killed them. They shot
All of a
it-
sudden, 2 years ago, they're like, "Yeah, we're sorry you just bought a TV. We're not supporting it."
Well, they
anymore."
shot their own.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's just a consumer fear anyway. You could literally go buy milk off the shelf, and they could be like, "Oops, we were wrong. It's now got a shelf life of only a week."
Yeah. Well,
See, my
look, that
fear-
was
my
Sharp's
fear is-
marketing machine.
Yeah, but
though.
my fear is these like technologies,
exactly
like
what he's talking about.
AI and all that, like
Bringing a
sitting there
bad
going,
fucking shit.
"We're identifying a shape of a container. Yes, we've got a camera in there, but our camera is great, just like every camera and every camera phone is great." Until the next year, when the next camera comes out, and the next you're buying a new phone. Why? For the camera. And all of a sudden,
But you're not buying a refrigerator
Hold
for the camera.
on.
No, I'm going to stop you right
Hold
there
on.
because milk is still in a fucking container and it's white. That's it. So no matter if you've got a .03 megapixel fucking
But
camera
what if
inside
you
the
buy-
refrigerator or a 30 megapixel camera, it's still the outline of a milk carton that's white.
Well,
What-
and it's also can recognize the writing that's on it.
Yeah.
and
Well,
that
well,
doesn't.
Hold on.
Do you buy milk in a red fucking container that looks
No,
like
I'm not
Coca-Cola?
I'm not disagreeing with you. All of a sudden, Tropicana decides we're not going to put our OJ out in a clear container anymore. We're going to put it out in a white container.
It
They
is in a-
do.
With an orange on it.
It's got an
put it-
orange cap
cap-
and a green label.
What?
It's a white container.
It's got an orange fucking cap lid on it.
Yeah, That's
meat still comes in a cellophane wrapper on a fucking tampon.
see.
It no,
The
it's
thing,
meat.
the thing is what you're talking about
So
is a
many
frivolous environment that means
They're variables.
okay. The
Grab
camera that he's all hyped about getting, is it really that much better? Oh wait, no, it's just incrementally better than what was before
Than
this.
what he has now.
Right.
It's
So
better, deep, wider, open CMOS sensor.
yeah, so it's minor increments,
Yeah.
and you have a choice to whether you want to buy into the hype
Right.
or not.
You bought a Pixel 2 or a Pixel 3?
This one's a Pixel 3.
So you bought the 3. You didn't buy into the 2, which had a better camera than the 1.
It had a better camera than the 1, but I also sat back and tried not to buy on release of anything except for certain products that I am very loyal to.
Right. My iPhone 11 Pro that I purchased it. I waited for my 2 years of owing anybody money and purchased this phone. I will probably ride this phone until it's dead.
Not
Right.
Me.
Why? Because it does everything I need it to do, and it's always going to take great photos. Unless I,
Break a
I,
camera.
the human, interact some way and fuck up my
Right.
ability to take good photos.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying about the refrigerators, though. It doesn't matter what they do.
I worry about
it.
that's-
Will be on the Internet of Things. It will have access. They're not going to turn around and go, "Oh, now it doesn't have access anymore." And if they do, that company won't be in business long. We, the consumers, are not going to stand for that type of shit.
Wren's going to be the one you see on the internet with the refrigerator on his back with the door open going, "Look, I'm taking pictures." Because it's got a better camera than my phone.
No, my concern is the beast of these large tech conglomerates and the society we live in.
The refrigerator.
It's and has nothing to do with the 3 people living here, and I'm not
I get
attacking
that. No, I
anybody.
know.
They are
it-
still not going to have that turnover rate.
Right. We're poking fun at shit, but look, there's
See,
no.
you're wanting you see, the thing is, you're saying I'm not trying to say this, but every time we bring up a point where it's still an appliance and it's going to have an appliance life cycle, you're like, I don't think that guys like me that are doing these marketing plans are going to believe you. I'm already trying to fuck you in something else. I believe they're going to fuck us in this too. And that's all it sounds like.
I believe that these companies are such a marketing machine because they have shareholders that they need to please year over year that they are going to turn around and fuck everyone.
We've only had one.
That is my opinion. They
Then-
are going to fuck everyone.
only had that
Then
happen.
get out of the rat race of technology.
Yeah, we've only had that happen once in television so far, and that's Vizio.
And they got burned.
No, they didn't get burned. They fucking shut everything off on the TVs, period. Vizio is the only company that I'm aware of, and anybody out there can fact check me on this, and please do, because if I'm not mistaken, in the last 10 years of smart televisions, Vizio is the only one to say, your TV's no good anymore.
That's because they were running on stupid Yahoo OS, which Yahoo was sold to Verizon, and they were boned.
The 3-year-old,
They had no choice.
the 3-year-old Vizio you bought 3 years ago is no good.
Yeah, they had no choice because they bought
That
into
wasn't-
Yahoo.
no, the 3-year-old Vizio is not running on Yahoo. Trust me, that shit ended 7 years ago. But as far as I know, Vizio is the only company to turn around and say, yeah, you bought that smart TV 3 years ago, 7 years ago, 9 years ago. That shit's no good.
Okay, and have you seen any repercussion or fallout from that?
No, because it's a Vizio. You throw it out. You paid
Because
$400 for it.
Outside of the three people here, we live in a very disposable society.
But it's you throw it out. It's $400.
Every company, every year.
Oh no, I sat back with the Vizio.
Fail.
The whole life cycle of the Vizio, I thought it was a shit fucking play on the consumer environment. I thought it was a hype machine.
I watched him live it.
At the time,
I thought it was a hype machine. Like, it was so consumer pushed that I just was like, I'm not buying this shit because look at it. Look at what it's doing. It's like, whiz bang, whiz bang, whiz bang. It's like, nuh-uh. You got flat tires, motherfucker, with your whiz bang.
But the greatest thing they ever did, and you remember Mike, Ohio Mike?
Yep.
Mike went out, needed to buy a new TV.
Best screens on the market.
Best bang for the buck that he could buy at the time for a 50-inch TV, which was 18 inches larger than the TV he had.
Yeah.
Right.
Was paying $499 for the 4K Vizio 4K TV.
Yeah.
He bought into that, quote unquote, hype.
Yeah. Great screen.
Picture was beautiful, but at the end of the day, it's now dead.
It's a paperweight.
It still does what it needs to do,
Yeah.
but you're no longer getting any upgrades.
Okay, so are we saying that because they were just like, fuck you,
Don't be a TCO.
was there no consumer protection involved in this at all?
The processing power inside that TCL TV is poor.
So then again, you may have a point.
The TCLs will be dead long before my LGs will be dead. Trust me. It's the same thing with Vizio. Great fucking TVs. The panel in those, bought straight from Panasonic, excellent fucking screens. The difference with the Vizios at the time is they were playing with the LED backlit by LCD, which is a great screen. Too bright on the edges, great fucking screen. And this is before 4K. For $399 for a 1080p screen, best bang for the buck. Every fucking review site on the face of the planet, from, oh, your dad still gets magazines, Consumer Reports, best fucking screen on the market if you ain't got money. If you didn't have money to buy a Panasonic or a Pioneer for fucking $2,500,
And where's Pioneer now?
Pioneer's out of the TV game. So is Panasonic. Pretty much. They're out of the fucking TV game. I mean, Sony's trying to get back into it. We saw that at CES.
Bravia.
We saw that at CES. Bravia's fucking...
I was like, that's another shit show.
Yeah, they're horrible. Look, there's only 2 TVs to buy. Samsung or LG. Period. That's it.
All right.
That's
I got
it.
a leak.
Go ahead. Go pee. Let's get off the fucking refrigerators or connected devices or appliances, because I think that's going to be a plethora of shit to come down the pipe.
It's a round and round conversation that we could continue to have because all points are valid.
Yeah, I mean, no one's right, no one's wrong here. There is no doubt about that. He made valid points.
Right.
We may not agree on them, but they were valid points.
Right. Well, no, it's all of us are in speculation. But you ask the question, who would, out of the three of us, who would be in the market to do that? Well, currently I'm in the market for a refrigerator.
Oh, I would totally upgrade my refrigerator. The one I have right now is too small.
And yeah, that's what I want, a little bit more space. And if I can get smart, if I feel that I'm going to get the rest of what I want out of it, then I'm going to go with that.
Yeah,
You know, that's the perfect market for me. I'm not going to go, oh, let me spend $1,000 now so that if in 2 years I found out that this particular one from this year was dynamite,
Yeah.
that I can go spend another $1,000 on another. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy now, and I'm going to go through whatever the growing process is of all of it.
That LG, though, man, that's
It does. It looks good.
I like the fact it makes the ice balls instead of the ice cubes. And
Well, as an option.
yeah, you get two choices. Yeah, I'm going for the ice balls over it. But, speaking of Samsung and LG, I mean, we had a plethora of TVs come out too. Granted, the 8K is the fucking thing.
Screens are a big thing this year.
Yeah, I mean,
everywhere.
Yeah.
Smartwatch screens, tablet screens, laptop screens.
Wearables. I mean, they got OLED wearables. I mean, okay, yeah, I'm rocking an OLED screen on mine, but I really don't see the. I mean, it's fucking tiny. I mean, so what did I need OLED for? It's tiny. I can't watch fucking movies on it. Can you watch movies on your phone, on your watch? No. You can't do that. So what's the point of having a fucking OLED screen on your goddamn watch? But
because this year you can't watch them, but maybe when they
come
out with a piece of software that says, "Oh, Netflix now attaches to that device."
That'll work on an Android device, but you'll have to upgrade your Apple Watch to be able to watch Netflix. Or actually, it won't be Netflix. It'll be
iTV.
It'll be Apple TV. Oh, you can watch Apple TV if you buy the new iPhone.
But why would anybody?
5.
Okay, first of all, why would anybody want to watch anything on something that's 40 millimeters?
Because it's Dick Tracy.
Yeah, it's just the capability of being able to do so. Just as gimmicky as in 2 years them telling me the camera is different inside of my refrigerator. It's just as gimmicky.
I'm upstairs and I hear my phone ringing and my watch goes bleep, 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 bleep. And I see my father's name on it and I swipe and I'm like,
now you two get to talk while I go.
I say, yo, hang on, Dad. I'm on my watch. He's like, oh, okay, Dick Tracy, hold on. I'm holding on.
Yeah, I just I go to watch something on my watch and it's like, you need to watch this on your phone. You need to watch this on a connected device.
You know what's great is this entire fucking phone, this entire watch will just tell you flat out, no, here's your headlines. Would you like to read more? Watch on your phone.
And mine does the same thing.
It's like, there's no point in even reading anymore because what am I going to do? Turn the dial and turn the dial and turn the dial. Or for you, it's the little knob. You're going to turn it and so you can scroll. Because, the same principle, different effect. Okay, I turn a dial, you push your fucking knob like a conventional watch. But what are you going to do? Keep scrolling and keep scrolling and keep scrolling.
There's no point.
Press a fucking button that says read on phone because where's your phone? It's in your back pocket. It's in your back pocket. It's in your back pocket all the time. Unless it's an Apple phone. You might not want to keep that in the back pocket. I have one at home.
Why are you going to get ass cancer?
No, I have one at home that's bent in half from keeping it in the back pocket. Bent in half.
I'm good.
Yeah, but and you want to know what's funnier? Is that fucker bent in an OtterBox, which is supposed to be for any phone, not just an iPhone, for any phone, an OtterBox is supposed to be the shit.
And I'm going to say 3 words.
Yeah.
Consider the user.
Well, it's not just the user. I'm not saying, not even, because it was rampant.
I'm sorry. If you have your phone in your back pocket.
This is the same company that shipped you fucking iPads bent out of the box.
It's a very well-known fact that you hate Apple.
No. There's no difference anymore. There's no difference.
It's a very well-known fact you hate Apple.
The difference.
My question is, if you were going to sit down, I did it Tuesday night.
Right.
I am one of those people that keeps my phone in my back pocket.
Me too. Me too.
When you sit down,
your case is well harder than my case.
my case is a leather case.
My case bends in half. Mine's plastic.
I was gonna say I got the same style of case that you have. It's a gel
Well,
case.
Hey, let me ask you this question: when you put
This
your phone
phone's
in your back,
pristine.
when you sit
Straight as
down
an arrow.
and you have your phone in your back pocket, is it comfortable to sit with your phone in your back pocket?
Yeah.
I am a man. I have decades behind me of having a wallet in my pocket.
Yeah.
Putting a
wallet-
phone.
Much smaller than a phone.
No, it's not. Actually, in most cases, it's 9 times thicker than your phone is. It's more inconvenient. I said in most cases, Wren.
But at the same time, my wallet is
Yeah, theoretically just about the same size.
an inch and a half smaller than my phone.
Only in length. You really aren't noticing. If you carried a say a classic billfold or a long wallet that would have like the snap wallet, that's a trifold.
Trifold. But look.
Yeah, but that's a trifold. If you carried like the snap wallets that were longer, or a checkbook, a lot of people carry checkbooks in their pockets as men. It's not that it's any different than anything else that you've had against your ass in your time on this planet.
Flexible.
It's more flexible. It's more flexible.
It's more flexible. You don't feel it.
I'll give
It's
you
not
that.
a rigid.
I don't notice this when it's in my back pocket, except
me
for when
too.
I go, "Where's my phone?"
Right. Oh fuck. Do I have my phone? Oh, there it is. It's in my pocket. Oh,
I
God.
notice where my phone is
Okay.
because I'm shorter, my pockets aren't as deep as y'all.
Nah, the pockets are the same size.
So when I stick my phone in my pocket and I go to sit down, my phone peeks out.
Is your phone? Let me see your phone. Is your phone any bigger than mine?
My phone's smaller
mine?
than yours.
No, it ain't. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, wow. And this is a what? A 10 X
11
11 Pro?
Pro. Not a Plus, a Pro.
Wow.
Like, I went to the basketball game. I sat in the chair. My phone came out of my pocket and went in between my legs
Is that
because
on cam, Thump? Thump, is that on cam? Can you see that?
Yes.
I'm surprised. I thought the 11 Pro was
As big?
no, your phone is as big as the 11 Pro Max or whatever the fuck they call it.
Oh, really? Because I can get my phone in a bigger size than this. What I don't like about the iPhone,
And again,
That.
that doesn't bother me.
the camera array is just it's not even.
It's the same thing with the Pixel 4 camera.
Doesn't
not-
bother me.
It's not centered.
Yeah, but the Pixel 4 camera arrays the same way.
Not centered. It's fucking
That's why I was happy to have the 3, because I didn't like the trifecta camera. I don't give a damn what quality it does.
I'm sitting on my phone now and it's just not comfortable.
I have no problem about keeping my phone in my pocket.
It's not comfortable.
Yeah,
And
see, I could throw mine in the back pocket too. It wouldn't affect me.
I'm
Either.
sitting
I could
on
throw
my
mine in a cargo
Yeah,
pocket
um,
and it wouldn't bother me. I could throw it in a front
That's a different
pocket and a
story.
back side.
cargo
No.
pocket, front pocket. No, I'm talking
Back pocket.
strictly about.
Yeah, but
jeans.
if you had been for the life cycle of your phones, always carrying a phone in your back pocket, you wouldn't notice. You wouldn't notice it. It's like I'm going to argue about the fact that I think Brussels sprouts taste bad. Oh wait, I can't have that argument because I haven't eaten them in 10 years.
Well, you know what? Your LG refrigerator will tell you how good they are.
Yeah,
And
it
the
should be able to.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. You're like, oh well, if I put a phone in my pocket, it's gonna suck. Well, all right, that's you.
No, again, it's
I'm a back
personal
pocket guy.
preference.
Always a back pocket.
I'm
guy.
always a back pocket guy, but when I sit down, my phone comes out and either goes on the table, on my desk.
That's because especially as an Apple person, it's because you were worried about both the front and back side of your phone exploding when you sat down. Because the glass was so fragile on the i4s or whatever it was.
I did this back to the day that I had a BlackBerry.
Oh, look. Yeah. Nope. Not a scratch.
I
not a mark.
couldn't tell you how many phones I've sat down and just fucking sat down on, like,
You got the fucking.
no matter whether it was Nextel phones,
glass
no matter whether it was.
You're sunken in. I don't want to hear it. You're hitting your fucking case, which is hard plastic.
It's leather.
Exactly. Okay, so it's hard. Can your case do this?
I don't know.
No, it can't.
If your case is leather, it should do that.
It ain't doing that. Trust me, it ain't. Uh-oh, I put my phone in fucking macro mode. Oh, which the iPhone don't have. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Can it do that?
Don't push it, Wren.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of flex to it. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of flex to it.
Look. Snap right back.
Yeah, I know. I've got the same style of case except without the attachment on the back.
But what he's forgetting to say is he spent $3.95 on Wish for it.
No, I didn't. I didn't buy it on Wish.
I bought mine directly from the Verizon store when I bought my phone.
Yeah, mine's ESR. It's ESR.
Mine's the Apple leather case.
Yep, Apple. No kickstand.
Who needs?
I mean, I don't have a kickstand on mine either.
Yeah, how do you watch shit on your phone? Oh, you hold your phone.
Because when I watch it on my phone, I'm sitting on the bus. I'm not propping it up. And
Hold on.
Sitting it on.
I have previously bought devices for such things. I have a Lamy coil, so no matter whether I'm watching something or you come over and want to watch something on your phone, or Wren comes over and wants to watch something on his phone, I've got a place for you to stick your fucking phone because I got a Lamy coil in every fucking room of the house that if you want to sit your ass down somewhere, put your phone on the fucking Lamy coil, everybody can watch their shit.
Fuck yeah. All right, let's hit a few more things before we wrap this.
I work with everybody on this. I'm not isolating myself out anywhere. I don't buy a dock for my iPhone because, one, I don't have an iPhone. But if he comes over and he wants to do something with his iPhone, I've probably got something here that he can plug his iPhone up with.
And
Can I inductively charge my iPhone in your house?
You can on my...
Well, inductive charging.
That's so Apple. It's called QI now in 2020, by the way.
No, that was QI in 2018.
No,
it was QI in 2018. It's inductive charging in 2019.
Now it's called inductive
Go
charging.
to the Jackson house and put your phone on the fucking countertop and see if it charges. That would be cool, wouldn't it?
It's just like that charger for the car. Yes, probably. If you brought your iPhone over, it'd probably charge on my charger.
The scientific term is inductive charging.
And if
Samsung term is QI.
It's everybody's term.
If I had the mouse pad that I was going to be buying sitting down below my keyboard here, I could charge my wireless mouse and my phone and my wireless keyboard all on that.
QI is the standard, by the way. And I'm not even going to fucking acknowledge him with his inductive charging because where is Apple's charging pad? Oh, wait. They canceled it and scrapped it, and it's never coming out.
Right, because they decided to let third-party vendors take care of it instead.
They couldn't fucking get it right.
Well, no, they decided to let third-party...
They let third parties do it because they were already doing it.
Dude, they couldn't get it right.
See?
Go look
but he doesn't hate Apple, bro.
I'm not... I don't
He
hate
doesn't hate Apple.
But when your charging pad...
Listen to everything that comes out of his mouth.
Blow the fuck up, and you take your product off the market before it makes it to market...
Well, I mean, that's a problem. That's a problem. Unfortunately, they took it off the market.
But he doesn't hate Apple.
When has Apple...
He doesn't hate Apple.
When has Apple ever let a third party do anything? You tell me that, okay? When has Apple not put a product on the market and tried to squash third party?
Can I have my mic back, please?
Yes, you can.
Apple,
they're in a different place.
But Apple has released SDKs for all the third parties as long as it says made for Apple.
Why?
They can use it.
Why?
To keep all the Chinese companies out of it.
Who's making all the wireless charging pads? The fucking Chinese.
To keep all of the counterfeit people out of it.
Hey, if things keep going the way they're going, we won't have to worry about buying anything from the Chinese market anyway, because we won't be a part of it.
And it's WPC if you really want to go there. It's the Wire Powerless Consortium, which
inductive charging.
You can say inductive. That's an Apple word.
No, that's not an Apple word.
It is.
Look up inductive.
QI is the standard.
Look up the definition of inductive charging. INDUCTIVE.
I can spell faster than you. I know how to spell. Trust me. Inductive charging. Go ahead.
Adafruit Industries license 1901.
Known as wireless charging or cordless is a type of wireless power transfer. Now, when I look up QI, it has the words standard right there. QI standard. From the Wireless Power Consortium, it is the standard. What are you going to tell me? Bluetooth doesn't exist? What's next,
Where did
Wren?
QI
Wren?
standard come from?
From
Inductive
Hold
charging.
on. No. I'm going to read the rest of this because you sure as hell just cut it off conveniently before it goes. The most common application for inductive charging is the QI wireless charging standard.
Yeah.
Inductive charging.
The most common application is what?
Wait, hold on. That means that the root is inductive charging that has been given to its most common application use.
Which is? QI
Part 2 of the equation. The root plus.
The most common.
Thank you, Thump.
What? He's.
It literally says
Yep.
its most inductive charging's use is QI.
Thank you. QI.
Right.
QI is part
Inductive
2.
charging.
QI is part 2. It uses inductive charging. Inductive charging is the source.
Right,
QI
well, yeah.
is the name of what you want to call it because you're isolating it out somewhere else.
Right, because it's a standard. That's it.
No, you just named it. No, that is actually the name of it is fucking QI wireless charging standard. That is the name of it. Like fucking Kleenex.
Based on inductive charging.
It's not Kleenex. It's tissue.
This is QI is Kleenex. Inductive charging is tissue.
Right. It's the scientific name, just like he said. It's the scientific name. QI is the standard.
No, QI standard. QI wireless charging standard is. It's all one word. It's all
No
literally.
brand. There is no brand, Wren. There is no brand.
QI was brought to the
There is
market
no
by
brand. The Chinese.
Samsung.
The Chinese. Not Samsung. The Chinese. They're the ones who
Samsung
own
is a.
Hold on. All right. So I went to QI standard. QI standard is an open interface standard that defines wireless power transfer
using inductive charging.
Which is what he said. Inductive charging is the format. That is it.
That's right. Because that is the format. It's transfer of power between.
Okay, so how is it an Apple thing? How is it an Apple thing then? How is inductive charging an Apple thing?
You just said it's an Apple term.
No, you said it was.
I said it was the standard is called fucking QI.
And you said,
QI.
I said it's inductive charging. You said that's an Apple term.
Apple, Asus, Google, HTC, whoever the case may be. Yes, you're right. It's inductive charging is the scientific name. The standard name is called QI. You don't go out on the internet and go, I need an inductive charging pad.
Most places you're not going to go into and say, do you got QI standard?
No, I need a QI
Do you
pad.
have a wireless charger?
Right, well,
Yeah,
wireless.
that's exactly what you're getting.
Do you have a wireless
Do you have a
charger?
charge pad? Do you have a charge pad?
I need a wireless charging pad. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I was going to say let's get into the duh. My duh is bigger than your duh.
Right. Yo, speaking of Bluetooth, did you hear about the new standard that's dropping?
Yes, they're trying to make
No, it's done. It's done.
Yeah.
It comes out in fucking like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
It's
and they're
done.
trying to make latency between audio better.
Done. Fixed.
Mobile
Absolutely
devices that
We'll
are
see it
working
next
with
year.
the
Which is-
standard
no, it's
include
3 weeks.
Apple, Asus,
Right.
Google, HTC, Huawei,
Right, and
Come on.
all the
Hold on.
devices.
LG,
Right.
And the
Motorola,
devices-
Nokia, Samsung, BlackBerry.
Yeah, but that's a fucking beautiful thing because I mean you got earbuds and unfortunately it's pretty much mono.
Noise canceling true wireless earbuds for 2020.
Yeah, we're talking like the standard gets finalized. I think it's next week or within.
What's
2
the
weeks.
standard name?
Oh God,
It's not QI.
Bluetooth. No, it's not QI. Bluetooth.
Is it inductive?
6.
Oh, that would be fucked.
Is it Bluetooth 6.1 or something like that? But it finally brings you the ability to do stereo on wireless devices, and not only that, it takes the pairing to the next level.
In 2010, they were only able to do 5 watts output.
Yeah, it took fucking 10 years to get to 15.
2015, in 5 years, they got to 15 watt.
Yeah, because I think the countertops in the house were only like 3 watt, which is why you couldn't fucking do anything. What's 3 watt? You can't make coffee on 3 watts. You can't make coffee plugged into the fucking cigarette lighter in your car. You can't do it.
They said that Samsung actually was the one that did the fast charging, the fast wireless charging, initially only at a 10 watt for the Note 5 and the S6 Edge Plus.
Yeah, they're the first ones to bring it to 10, and they're the first ones to bring it to 12, and then other companies have brought it up higher. But
and then when you saw the wireless charging stand that I had gotten that was a 15, you and I both were like, yo, this is putting out the same shit that my fucking baseline charger's putting out.
They're calling it something new because everyone's doing away with numbers now.
Well, I'm just curious because we all know in, what was it, like fourth quarter of last year, Apple dropped the AirPods Pro.
Yes.
Which obviously they use their own technology for pairing and the whole 9 yards, a W1 chip or W2 chip at this point, whatever it's called. And that is using Bluetooth 5.
Right, this is past 5. It's the new standard that's coming out. It's past 5. I don't have the article in front of me. I was just reading all this Bluetooth LE. Is that where we're going? Yeah, LE, because we're doing away with numbers now. Bluetooth LE was just announced at, this is right here from 9 to 5 Mac. We're doing away with the numbers. LE, low energy, enhanced Bluetooth audio experience. So not only is it going to do, I'm pretty sure it's LE, low battery life should be fucking extremely way more. Oh yeah, this is it. Okay, so not only
can we get some Hydra Loop?
Not only are you going to get stereo capability instead of mono split to mono to recreate stereo so that there's no latency, you're getting no latency stereo audio through your your earbud devices, and
the AirPods is
they're already ready for it.
Apple's AirPod Pros is already Bluetooth LE.
It's already Bluetooth,
they were the first product to the market with Bluetooth
the
LE.
First ones to the market with LE, except there was no standard for it. Now there's finally a standard, so you don't have to deal with
distance up to 300 meters or 985 feet, 4 times the last version of 4.2.
The only issue with the allegedly, I don't know if this to be true yet, because I don't have 2 pairs of them. The nice thing about LE is the ability to sync to multiple devices at the same time. Don't know if the Pros can do that or if it's going to be the Pro 2s that are coming out whenever Apple releases them out of their chain. The nice thing about LE is you're talking about like 6 different devices. So if we're all sitting in the same room and I'm like, dude, you got to hear this track I just downloaded. All you got to do is tap, and you're attached to my phone.
You can do that. You can do that with the Pros.
You can do that with the Pros because I didn't read anything on that of whether they were multi-stream capable or not.
How about, have y'all heard of Phonak?
Yes, I have.
These $6,000 Phonak wireless hearing aids could be the iPods for the hearing impaired.
Yeah, they're supposed to be fucking phenomenal.
The bigger question is,
LE also
are you
supports...
willing to drop $249 on a pair of wireless earbuds?
Sure, I spent that much on a pair of wireless fucking Bluetooth AD2P headsets. My Motorola.
But why would you go out and spend that kind of money if you already have that for earbuds?
How much do you think these were?
It's the question.
I mean,
how many pairs do you need?
Well, I have 2 at over. I mean, that's almost $900 and over.
So would you go?
I don't.
How about a Circle phone?
Yeah, I don't want earbuds. I'm not interested in earbuds. I've got over the ears that are 10 times more comfortable than anything I'm going to stick in my ear.
I don't know, man. If I could actually get my Toshiba buds that I've got, if I could get them paired to something decent that I could run through this board, I'd wear them over these.
I don't know. I mean,
if I had the ability to take my Q-tips, as everyone likes to call them.
Yeah, and pair them to the soundboard.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Right.
Instead of wearing
Same
these.
here. Same here.
What?
In a heartbeat.
If I could take one out and have a conversation with you
Yeah,
and put it back in,
I don't
and
disagree with that. I don't just see that.
I would do that in a heartbeat. Like, my problem is someone who owns AirPods and is a runner and does and works out in the whole 9 yards and all that. I would be inclined to have these, but again, my AirPods were given to me.
Yeah.
Like, I won them in a raffle for my company. I didn't go out and buy them.
I never got my buds for my phone, which really pisses me off.
And to me, spending $250 on a pair of earbuds is kind of like, it goes back to my whole whiskey methodology. Like, I'm not spending any more than $50 for a good bourbon. That's my threshold. Because in my opinion, once I get beyond $50, does it really taste that much better and give me any different of effect after the first bourbon? Obviously, it's probably going to sound better, but I also know me and my years of listening to loud music and probably the hearing loss I have, and how much benefit am I really going to get out of $250 earbuds? It might not be for me, not saying it's not for anybody else, but I have a hard time spending that kind of money on earbuds. You might pay for them. You might go out and pay for them. I'm not saying, like, taking the Apple out of the equation, insert company name here, greatest earbuds on the market for an active individual, you're going to go out and spend $250 for that? Or are you going to get the $39.95 ones that if they die, you could buy 4 more, 5 more, 6 more pairs of them?
No. I think this right here in front of me speaks for exactly where I'm at. I bought a $30 microphone, an XLR $30 plug it up microphone.
Right.
Then when I saw what type of usage I was going to be getting out of it, I made a committed decision not to go for, let's step up a little bit because I don't want to spend that much money on. It was, fuck it. If I spend that much money on it, I'm buying in for an extended period of customer support, quality, everything. Like, I was willing to not buy a $150 microphone and go ahead and make the jump into the category where the Shure SM7B is.
And I'm totally buy into that because I'm a huge fan of that mic.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying I'm the same way. Like, I'm not gonna mid-step a bunch of things because I'm gonna spend expecting this quality and customer service out of a product. Like, if I'm gonna spend the $250, it's gonna have to be a validated $250. Where that $39 set of headphones, I'm not going to buy that $39 set of headphones just because I know in 6 months I'll buy another set of $39. I'm not going to spend $39 every 6 months for fucking headphones. I'm going to go ahead and pay the $250 and maybe get my 4 years out of those headphones.
So you answer my question. To answer your question, with the AirPod Pros, you can share a song, podcast, or other audio streaming between 2 sets of AirPods.
So it's just 2.
2 sets of AirPods.
Yeah, you can.
So it's still non-standard. It goes against the standard. Okay, which is fine. I mean, it's Apple. They're going to do what they want to do. I mean,
it does have.
You
hold
can't
on.
charge your watch on my pad.
Sure, I can.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Why?
Because you can only use a Apple-approved device because you have a non-standard QI charging phone watch.
I have charged my phone on the pad, which is the same pads that I told you to buy on my desk.
That's an Apple approved. You can't use my
it's not.
Samsung. Well, you know what? We'll try that next time you're at the house. I will bring my Samsung phone pad down, which has a phone charger and a watch charger connected in one piece, and I want to see your phone charger.
See, that seems a little bit too petty for me. I was just telling you about a single mouse pad that I could put on my desk that would charge a wireless keyboard, a wireless mouse, and a phone, and I don't need a space for this phone and a space for this watch.
Oh,
I
it's
could just sit them down on it. If they're QI, they sit down on it and they charge. Doesn't matter where the fuck I sit them.
Apple's watch is non-standard
Those
QI
$9.95 chargers that we both bought.
Does it say it's
I've
Apple
taken my.
Apple approved?
It doesn't matter. It's inductive charging, bro.
No, dude, go.
It sounds like what you're saying is Samsung's got a very isolated ecosystem that they can you put your watch over on the phone side of that charger and charge it?
Yes.
Then why do you have a watch side? Why is it separated?
Because it's a design thing to go, hey, you put your phone here, and then here's a smaller one for your watch that sits nicely. Apple is the one that has a non-standard QI. Go look it up. Apple Watch is different from anything else. I am not speaking because you think I fucking hate Apple. I'm speaking because I know technology.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the way you're explaining it, you sound like a douchebag that is trying to tell me that you're trying to tell me that your individualized, compartmentalized device won't charge his shit. Where he's saying
it won't. Mine's a QI charger, not approved for Apple. It won't charge it.
Did Samsung forget to like pay their dues or something?
Oh, yeah. Again, the TUIs aren't listening. Apple's watch is not a QI standard. You cannot charge an Apple Watch on anything that doesn't say approved for Apple. Doesn't work.
Well, right now, this is in comment. Like you said, you'll bring it down the next time that Wren's over.
Yeah, exactly.
And all your specialized, individualized spacing for places to sit is irrelevant.
All right.
Is irrelevant if you can just sit it down and charge it. That's the real question. Can you sit it down? Can you charge it?
I'm curious to see because I know Apple has everything Apple does is Apple standard. It's a
I know, but you also, the way you explained what you were saying was, I've got this charger and it's got this space for my phone and this space for my watch.
Yeah, it does. It's got a...
Okay, but you act like those are two different chargers. Like, it's a QI charger. I could sit your watch down anywhere on it and charge it. Just because it's got a docking style doesn't have any bearing on whether or not either side could charge your device.
I'm saying that. My question was...
Like I said, the way you explained it. I'm telling you what I heard was the way you explained it. You were like, my isolationist over here is different, and it won't take your shit. Which sounds like you're saying my shit denies you.
No, Apple denies the shit, is what I'm saying. I'm curious to see if it works because Apple uses standard charging induction. Everything Apple does is built for Apple and Apple only.
Yeah, see that I'm not surprised with, but like I said,
curious for everything. Come
no,
on, bro.
I can take my phone and charge it on your inductive charger, bro. That's a false statement.
Because it's a fucking Apple approved charger. We bought the same ones.
My charger was not Apple approved.
Yeah, it is. The ones we bought right on the box. Apple approved. Samsung, LG. It was right there on the box.
No, it says works with.
Works with.
Does not mean approved.
Well,
there's an Apple logo on the back. The only way you get that is to pay Apple. Same thing with Samsung, same thing with Microsoft, same thing with anybody else. I'm curious to see. I will bring it down next time you're at the house because I'm curious. I'm very curious. All right, 8-Bit Bros, Thursday, late edition. We'll be back
see you Tuesday.
What are we doing Tuesday?
Who knows?
We're finally going to get
Witcher conversation with J7.
Oh, I guess I got to watch Witcher.
God, I hope I can catch up on that by then. What's the? I might
10 episodes.
I might be able to do that.
I can watch that tomorrow.
No, I can't. I got to play Destiny tomorrow. I fucking have. Anyway, Tuesday I'd like to bring our things that should have happened by 2020.
Yes, I've been meaning to bring that.
Yeah,
yes.
You brought that like 2-3 weeks ago, and I have a plethora of content on that. So I'd like to bring that. We could talk about other issues coming out of CES that we didn't get to. Cars, televisions, wearables.
Yeah, cars are coming to CES because the New York Auto Show don't count anymore. Now it's the huge one that doesn't happen until July, so they got to drop them in CES now.
Because Sony needed to do something, and Sony's not allowed at any of the auto shows.
Not just Sony.
Well, no, it wasn't Sony. It was Rivian also. It was a few others. BMW.
All right.
Yeah, and Byte, the whole bit. All right, AP Bros, tune in next Tuesday where we argue, we talk, we do more shit. Happy birthday, Madikins 195. Anybody else celebrate a birthday today? Oh, wait. Happy Salmon. Yeah. Happy birthday.
AP Bros, we're out of here.
Yeah, we're out. Peace.
No outro music? Hello?